yourself.
And shut
Oh, well, that was on. Hi,
Oh, you did
everybody. We know what we're doing. Welcome to night 5 of Charity Week. As we play a new game system, Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Say hi, Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Hi, Thirsty Sword
Lesbians.
Oh, that
Hey
too.
everyone.
I'm new.
So, we are raising money this week for Trans Lifeline. It is a trans-led organization that connects trans people to the community support and resources they need to survive and thrive. We are currently at $1,480, and we keep bumping up our goals because you're freaking amazing!
Yay!
Yeah.
Cool.
So
big.
tonight we have a very special giveaway. Ben, are you ready to throw the graphic on screen? If you... Ben is here running tech for us, so everybody in chat say hi to him.
Hi, Ben.
We hid him away deep in the recesses of the castle that we will soon visit.
I'm only a lesbian in spirit.
So tonight, if you donate, you will be entered to win a Glisten Cosmetics Pride Liner palette. And we are going to try to put the picture of that. It's 11 different water-activated eyeliner colors in a palette. It's the brand that I use for all of my eyeliner and streaming. It's UK-based, woman-owned, cruelty-free makeup. And with their Pride Liner, 100% of the proceeds go to an LGBTQ charity. This month, it's going to Gallop, which is the UK's LGBTQ plus anti-abuse charity. They work with and for LGBTQ plus victims and survivors of abuse and violence. So, again, if you donate tonight, you will be entered to win that at the end of tonight's session. We will pick from someone who's donated during the stream, and I will be sending you one of those. So any donation amount to enter from $1 to wherever your heart leads you.
I'm going to put that in the Discord.
You will be entered
instead.
to win that special fun prize.
I'm going to put
Alright.
that in the Discord if that's okay, just because.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
I realized that I was not on mute for the stream, but I was muted for you guys. So, I like tech. Anyway, back to the cave I go.
If you see what it looks like, you can head on over to the Discord. And I will drop that Discord link in the chat. If I can spell it right. So, if you don't know me, I am Dreamy. I lurk around here at Knights of Silvermoon, basically wherever they will let me play and or run a stream that I don't have to run tech. And so let's introduce ourselves. Oh, I am she, her. So say your name and your pronouns, your character's name and pronouns, and then what playbook you will be playing tonight. We are gonna start to my left with Helena.
Yes, your left. 'Tis I. Hi, I'm Helena, also known as Kitty Craft Show on the internet. I use both they and she pronouns, and I am playing Serena, who uses, I think, she and her pronouns. Was that what I wrote
You
down?
have she, they.
No, she and they. She and they. So just like me. Art imitating life, imitating art. And I am playing the Beast character, thus my beautiful scar.
Next, if you will point down, we are going to Kat.
Oh, hello. My name is Kat. You can find me online at Cat Scratch, and that's Cat with 2 T's. I am a storyboard artist and general visual development artist. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I will be playing Nick Strider, whose pronouns are she, they, and she is the scoundrel.
Kat, if you will point to your left, which is camera right, and we're gonna go to... Oh, other way. To Hannah.
Yellow, and I don't mean the color.
direction.
You're on the Twitch charity stream with Hannah. What's going on? I am Hannah. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Cassiopeia, whose pronouns are she, they. And my playbook is Spooky Witch.
If you will point towards your window.
Thanks for that, because I don't know my left from my right.
To Iskra. Oh no!
Who we just
We
lost.
lost his. Oh
Okay, you're back.
Suddenly, Ben was playing Serena. Terrifying thought. It's a terrible place to be. Don't recommend it.
So I'll start off by saying my playbook is the Trickster. Hi. My name is Iskra, or at least here on the internet. You can find me hanging out with Knights of Silver and Moon most of the time, so if you want to find me when I'm not here, talk to him. I'm your friendly neighborhood spider Tran. I am a GMO lesbian, so drought resistant. And yeah, my character is January. Let's get playing.
And then if you will point up to
Brady
Sally.
Bunch. Hello. I'm Celestine Fae Queen, as I'm known here on the Twitch Purple app. You can find me at twitch.tv/Celestine Fae Queen. I am currently on a hiatus, but I am going to be coming back, and I play all sorts of games. Diablo, Overwatch, Destiny 2, you name it. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and the TikToks. And I go by she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Dagna, the infamous, who is also she, her. Let's go.
Before we cut to our intro, if you want to give the system out a try, if we have fun tonight, it's Thirsty Sword Lesbians by Evil Hat Productions.
If
It's
we have
designed when you have fun tonight. If chat enjoys what they're about to see.
Oh, chat's going to enjoy.
yes.
They're gonna love it.
It's all about telling queer stories in a plethora of settings. So let's, if our tech is working, if it cooperates tonight, let's roll that beautiful beam footage.
Thank you for saying the thing.
Yes.
I said the thing. Just for you.
And let's try it.
You tell me.
That's what I assume the good stuff.
I think we're back.
Yes,
Is
we're
everybody-
back.
We're back.
We're back.
Did you guys enjoy that
We're back.
intro? It was great.
I'm sorry, the intro was too
It was
thirsty. for the internet.
NC-17, so we had to cover it up.
Twitch said,
Twitch said no
Got it.
nipples.
The,
Too thirsty.
the Haze Code guys and fedoras came by and took the footage.
all right.
Yes, rated L for lesbians.
In a far-off land of Arinthia, there's a small kingdom full of lush forests. The neighboring kingdom of Oris has traveled in for a wedding of the Prince of Arinthia and the Princess of Oris. But as soon as the delegation arrived, the doors to the castle were shut and sealed. And rumor is that Oris has come to take over. All of you have now found yourselves on the outside of the castle, and you need to get in. The member of our party most familiar with the forest, because it's somewhere that they have spent since they were 11. What once might have been a scary place is now a warm and welcoming home inside the cottage of the Forest Witch Linden. Serena, would you please describe yourself?
Yes. So Serena is what you would call a short queen. She has kind of dark brown hair, tanned skin from being outside a lot. But the most obvious feature about her is a long scar on her right eye, which is a golden yellow in juxtaposition to her normal looking brown eye. She walks with kind of a sure nature everywhere, as she often is barefoot and feels nothing under her feet except for the earth, and that's the happiest she can be. She wears very simple garb, usually just a big flowy shirt and some very, very patched up pants as if they have been ripped and torn in many different places over the years. And she's usually smiling or humming to herself, happy to be around the trees and the grass.
The first person to bring news of what has happened at the castle in Arinthia would be Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, who lives between worlds, at home in both the basement of the castle, but also here in the forest. Cassiopeia, would you like to describe yourself?
Cassiopeia, the way that they move is almost as if they're barely touching the ground, very floaty like. All of their quality of movement is very floaty. She has curly, long, dark hair that looks almost on the verge of tangled, but it's not quite there yet. If you get up close, you think, okay, they've got it going on. It's an intentional look. She has flowy, dark clothing that is sheer in some places and very mismatched, sewn together, but it all looks right when they have it on. Every piece of clothing that she has pockets, and in the pockets are little herbs that are sticking out or flowers that Cassiopeia has obviously picked from the ground and just shoved in there. And her eyes are always kind of in this distant, far off look.
Cassiopeia, how do you bring the news to Serena and Lyndon?
The news about the
About the
terrible
castle
awful?
being locked up, yes.
So, Serena, I don't want to alarm you or anything, and I don't know if it's something that we should be alarmed about, but I'm
What?
pretty sure they've locked the doors to the castle.
For privacy?
You know, I thought about that, but then something in me feels like they've never locked the doors before in all my years going back and forth. And so, deep down, I'm a little concerned, but I thought I'd bring it to you because you have better instincts than I do.
Not really with the castle anymore, but I mean, maybe it's like a wedding thing. I mean, there was going to be the big celebration, and maybe they're all in a cult now. Cass, they're all in a cult now. I bet they're all in a cult now.
I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing, though, do you?
No, it's a bad thing, and that might not have happened. I've had some weird dreams lately. It's kind of been coloring my everything. But maybe.
Wait, were the weird dreams about them locking the castle? Because I did hear one of my friends tell me that maybe it was a bad thing, but I thought I'd check in with you first.
One of your friends.
My
You have
friends.
other friends except for me.
Oh, well, you're my best friend, but I am one of my friends from the beyond. It was when I was leaving, I turned around, and there they were, and they said, check the door, something's wrong. And so I checked the door, and it was locked. So I guess something is wrong.
And you probably have to work in the castle, right? I mean, you go there, pretty often. So, I mean, maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they just are locking it to keep. Maybe they have enough people at the party, and there are no more I don't know, chicken or fish options.
I love how you always look on the bright side. Perhaps. Well, I did leave my mortar and pestle over there. Would you mind coming with me just in case? Because I've got to trust my other friend, even though you're my best friend. But would you mind coming back to the castle with me just to be on the safe side?
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll notice that when she says best friend, the camera will kind of pan to her, and if she had ears, they would go, huh, and if she had a tail, it would just start wagging. But
The
yes,
next-
she will follow after looking at Lyndon and making sure it's okay.
The next member of our party is very blown hither and thither by the winds. Wherever life takes them, wherever takes their fancy, especially if there's a beautiful face in that direction. And on this particular day, there is a new, very beautiful face that you've spotted that stops you in your tracks. Nick, would you please describe yourself?
So Nick is pretty tall. I'd say somewhere around like 5'8", 5'9", and also wears like heeled boots. She's got this kind of like short mop of dark curls and really bright blue eyes, and just kind of like smears some stuff on her face makeup wise. Doesn't really care because she got places to be. Clothes wise, she tries to go very practical, but she does have like a nice like corset to one center waist and two boobs. You know how it is. But her skirt has like two really long slits at the front of it, just so she can move around a little bit easier. But she also has like a knife tucked in on a little garter. So, yeah, and she carries huge sword. She's got a lot of straps going on. Yeah, that's Nick.
Nick, as you see these two planning to head towards the castle, what do you do?
I think she would kind of stop. She doesn't really want to be spotted, but damn. I also want to go to the castle, so take the long way around.
Cassiopeia, you hear one of your friends whisper, I don't know, this could be trouble, but it could be not.
Oh, Serena, I think we should invite this person into the castle with me, because I'm wanting a bit of trouble, and they look cool, and
Who?
Oh, do you not see? Oh, Hi, I've seen you before. I look at Nick. I've seen you before in the castle. What are you doing out here?
Hey,
Probably the same thing as you.
I know you.
Yeah, probably.
This is Nick, our Strider, and you used to come by and get herbs from Lyndon. I live with Lyndon, like back in the
That's
very
so.
like artsy cottage.
Nice.
Timber?
Yeah, Nick's really nice.
Oh, hello
thank you.
there, Nick. Sorry, my head's all
Hello.
scrambled. Sometimes I don't remember things. So
Be
you
like
said
that.
you were back
Yeah.
out in the forest doing the same thing I was. Well, I was talking to dead people. Do you also talk to dead people?
No. But, wander around. Talk to a lot of people. Mostly alive.
Well, we're heading back into the castle. One of my friends said you might be an interesting companion. Would you like to come with us? Are you needing more herbs? Because I think Lyndon's back at the house if you need to go there. Right, Serena?
Yeah, no, she's back at the house. She's trying to knit the world's longest stocking. It's going pretty well so far.
Yeah, a whole 4 inches so far.
Yeah, she'll probably get tired of it about, I don't know, mid-afternoon.
Actually, I have some business in the castle, so it's kind of where I'm heading at the moment.
As
That
the
was-
phrase in the castle is said, someone who is trying to discreetly make their way through the forest overhears this and it piques your interest. January, would you please describe yourself?
January has trouble walking discreetly through the woods, as she's currently wearing her ceremonial parade armor, because she is a castle guard, and everyone is festooned for the wedding. She has what looks like a brass, like 1800s era French firefighter hat with like the little tiny triangular crest on the top, and the brim kind of hangs down. There is a face shield that completely covers her face with a whole bunch of little dots that she can see through in kind of a zigzaggy pattern. She's got a close-fitting cowl that keeps all her skin hidden as well. And on her pauldron, which would normally just be silver, is a embellished, shiny brass. The other one has like a little net on it and a bunch of wildflowers and stuff stitched into it currently, because it is a wedding after all. So she comes clanking through the brush, attempting to be discreet, but not so much.
Nick and Cassiopeia, this is someone you both recognize.
You see Cassiopeia get very quiet and kind of just hold on to Serena's arm a little bit and get kind of flustered.
When January sees the three of you, she turns her head very slowly and smoothly to the side and looks at all of you together. Well, this is an interesting bunch.
Hi. Are you also heading to the castle? We seem to be picking up a bunch of fun people in the woods.
I am. I'm done handing out pamphlets, and it is open to the public after all.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's not, and that's why we're going. The castle's, like, fully closed. It's on lockdown.
Are you sure about that?
Serena will, like, look to Cass with wide eyes. Sure.
Checked. So, it's pretty sure. But, I mean, maybe...
Free door is locked.
Oh, I just checked the one. I only ever use the one.
It is a push door. I know that there's a handle on it, so it seems like a pull, but it's a
shoot.
push.
Oh, that gets me every
Oh.
time.
You're so smart. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Oh, well, I guess we could just all go back to our business then through the door that I was thwarted by that's definitely not locked.
Well, I mean, now we have somebody who's clearly of the castle guard. You could show us to make sure we know how to use the door correctly.
If it is locked, I'll knock.
Did you knock, Cass?
I think I said hello to nothing
Counts.
and no one. But it's kind of like a knock. It's like a vocal knock.
Yeah.
I'm realizing I might have shot the bed in this investigation, and I apologize for alarming anyone.
Well, we're already making the trip. Let's just continue our walk. We'll call it a little promenade for the day.
I love that. Yeah, it's not like we're going to the wedding or anything. This will just be a fun little our story. Where were you on the wedding of the prince and the princess? Oh, well, there was this door.
It'll be very funny, very adorable.
Do you think that's funny, January?
January nods.
Good. Serena is the funniest person I know.
Aw, no, I'm not. You're too nice.
As the last member of our party makes their way through the woods, returning home for the first time in a long time, you finally find yourself amongst familiar trees, familiar smells, familiar sounds as you walk down the path. Not leading towards the castle per se, but maybe the village nearby. You overhear this group making their way to the castle, beginning to bond. Dagna, would you please describe yourself?
Dagna
is someone that you would probably notice on the street. She is 6'3" and muscular, and someone you probably wouldn't want to bump into at the pub. She's covered in these barbaric tattoos from head to toe, and she's got this dark blood red hair with one side shaved. And she's wearing this very worn and beaten old leather armor. And she looks sad while at the same time always looking kind of angry.
As you overhear this group, Dagna, there's a voice that you recognize. Someone who has often been a foe, but in a strange way a friend. In January, what do you do as you overhear this group?
I think Dagna sort of stops in her tracks and takes a look around as she's hearing these voices and she sort of makes her way slowly and as stealthily as she can, with as tall as she is, through the woods towards this group.
Why don't you roll me a grace to see how stealthily you are?
First roll.
Wait, is it the D6?
Roll 2d6 and then add your grace.
Okay. Grace died 30 years ago. Okay.
Whoa, Christmas vacation!
Taking it way back.
Well done.
I got a 6.
You're feeling pretty good. You put your arm out to step over a large log and don't realize that you have put your arm on like a dead branch and it falls to the ground. So the rest of you are all alerted to this loud crash and turn to see Dagna.
Hello. I was just passing through.
Clearly.
I thought I recognized a voice, so I've been traveling and it was nice to hear something familiar.
The helmeted head turns and looks at you. I thought you had left the country.
I did. A few years on your own is a bit lonely, so I've come back and I thought I might make my way into town and grab a drink and, well, I appear to have stumbled onto... Oh, well, what is going on here exactly?
Oh, we're all going to the castle.
Oh.
There's like a royal wedding happening that I was not invited to, nor I don't think any of us specifically. Therefore, we are not there. Though not sure about you. And she points over to our beautiful bedecked armored maiden. But we're headed there, and just seeing if we can get in. And if you're looking for a drink, they probably have pretty good champagne there for the royals. So want to hop on this little caravan? Hi, I'm Serena.
Serena. That's a good name.
Thanks.
I'm Dagna. I am a wanderer.
Is that your profession?
You make money by doing that?
No. I've been struggling for some time. Well, I'll just say it now because it's probably going to get out, but I wasn't exactly in with the right people back in the day. Let's just say that.
Serena's eyes like light up at that idea, and she like steps, up a bit closer and goes, "Me too." And hey, if we're going to the castle, are your bad people also at the castle? Because like we could just like swipe some hors d'oeuvres on the way out. A nice little middle finger to the upper crust. Thoughts?
There will be no swiping of hors d'oeuvres.
Wanted to try those
What do you
little
think?
things with the crackers and the cheese.
Oh, so good to die for.
I am
Maybe not
quite
that.
Maybe
parched.
just one swipe, like one treat for each hand. What about that?
Perhaps a treat.
You're so
What do you
giving.
say?
You understand, Dagna. I am obligated to bring you in.
Oh.
I understand.
Are you
But-
wanted?
I had hoped that I might have flown under the radar for a little bit longer, but yes, I am. But I have come to ask for a pardon and to clear my name, if you must know. Is that all right? January.
Today's a day for forgiveness.
And hors d'oeuvres.
So are we good? Should we go to the push-pull door and
I am
get
good.
some cheese and crackers?
Oh, and
Might as
shrimp.
well.
Nick, do you like shrimp?
I do. Quite a lot.
Oh, good. This is turning out to be a wonderful party.
After you.
Are you all ready to proceed to the castle?
Yeah.
All right. To get us to the fun part, you all make your way through the woods to the castle. It's easy enough. Many of you are familiar with the path to the castle. Any conversations that you want to have on the way to the castle?
Serena will like kind of trot up next to Dagna. She has to like kind of her 2 steps is Dagna's 1 step at this point, and she like looks up and goes, "So, why were you exiled?"
I chose to leave, but something happened and I took the blame. But it wasn't my fault.
Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad that you're at least coming back and trying to make things right, I guess. But
I would
also like
that.
yeah, but don't you just hate being beholden to people like that though? People that won't listen about, you said you're not guilty. Why can't they just believe you,
I just don't think that some people have it in them.
They're more concerned with jewels and fabrics and curtsying and bowing and terrible celebrations with too many streamers. And she like kind of goes on and then realizes she's talking too much and kind of steps back in line with everybody else.
We're not all so bad, you know. January turns her head and kind of motions to Cassiopeia. You like her?
Oh wait, were you talking to? Sorry, were you talking to Serena?
I was speaking to you, yes.
I'm so sorry. I like blacked out. She oh yeah, of course I like her. And like, I've had, my share of experiences at the castle, and in that area. And well, some people don't get to stay, even if they want to.
Right.
I just feel like, well, I don't know if they deserve my attention, affection, love. Because if they're kicking people out, like me, like Dagna, I don't know if I like them.
Some people are just not meant to be confined in walls and castles. They're just too big and bright for that kind of thing. And I squeeze Serena's hand.
Serena smiles, and she like kind of winces at, some fresh scarring on her face. Yeah, and that's why I keep you around. Keep me positive.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. Am I right?
Yeah.
After that conversation kind of settles, Cassiopeia will kind of grab Serena and whisper in Serena's ear and say, "So, I may crave chaos a little bit, and I might have lied just a skosh. My dead friends who talked to me have told me that Nick might be some trouble. I don't know what kind of trouble. I don't know if it's the fun kind or the scary kind. But they said it might be trouble, and so I just felt like I should tell you. I don't really know Dagna and January that well, but man, look at January. Oh. Sorry, I got distracted. That's my ADHD. Yeah, I just wanted to give you that warning.
Got it. Well, I can get big and tough. I'll protect you. I think we'll be fine. Though Dagna's pretty much got it covered, I'm pretty sure.
I know. What a
How do you
woman.
get so tall? How?
I don't know. Wherever she's from, they must grow them differently. I've
Mhm.
never wanted somebody to step on me, but maybe I want her to, just to, see how it feels.
She could help me with my training.
Ooh. Oh, you should ask her. She gets her
I don't know
pardon.
her like that. Oh my god, I don't know her like that yet.
Well, maybe you could. Do you want me to go? I could go, do a little intro, like, putting a good word.
No. Why don't I just look at her and pine like everybody else does? That's what should be done. And also, I think it might be a bit too soon to show them my big... And she, gesticulates too largely.
I think, Serena, you're trying to fit into a conventional mold that you're never meant to fit into. You're just too bright for it. And maybe pining is fine and safe, but maybe you should do the fun thing. Like getting stepped on by a 6'3" woman.
Or rejected by a 6'3" woman.
Hey, but what story is that? You got rejected by the Dagna.
That's a good point. Okay, save it. I'll look really cool. It'll be a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be cool.
Gotcha.
And she straightens her shirt.
You look great.
Thank you.
Let's go open that door.
As you all approach the castle, which door specifically are you trying? Are you heading towards the door?
The main one?
Yeah, I guess that makes
only one
sense
door,
for our
right?
first.
I think I'll kind of stay in the back. So I don't really want to go in the main door.
Fair. Well, what about the there has to be, well, maybe not has to be. Maybe this is a very progressive, lovely little kingdom, but is there a separate entrance for those that are service workers in the castle proper?
There is, towards the back.
We could
towards
do
the
that.
storage side.
Definitely some alternative entrances.
So Cassiopeia, that would be the door that you would use to go down to the basement. So you wouldn't have to make your way through everyone in the Bailey and coming in and out.
So is that the door we're in front of? Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
So this is the entrance to my work, and I guess yours too, January's. Well, not really. You don't go through this door because you're special. Welcome to the castle, and Cassiopeia grabs the door and like pulls it, and then remembers, and then pushes it, and then it doesn't move. And so she kind of goes.
It just kind of like, when a door like jiggles in like a locked place, but it is like a massive wooden door.
Oh,
January cocks her head to the side.
Does it slide? No.
I got it. I got it. Don't worry about it. And she looks over at Dagna, makes sure she sees, and all of a sudden her body starts to shift and change into this 7-foot tall, gangly, like chestnut-colored wolf. And just like with deep breath, large nails, and she will try the door.
All right, as you attempt to transform, I need you to roll me daring.
Sounds good.
It's our first
So I
playbook
roll-
move. Roll 2d6.
2d6. That is a 7 plus 2 is 9.
Ooh, you get to choose one from your transform playbook out of those 4 options.
All right. So, I think you can move in ways no ordinary person could. I think to add to I think she will put that mentality into I gotta make my back look so ripped right now as I'm opening up this door. And so that will be the main focus. She's really trying to show off the muscles.
All right, as you all see Serena transform in front of you, and Serena, you throw everything into this door, and you feel the door shudder, and you hear breaking, and you're like, I'm doing it. And then you realize it's the back of your shirt just ripping as your muscles pop out.
She'll keep going. If she can get the door open, she will, and she will do something about the shirt later.
The door is not budging, but for anyone who wants to look, the back of Serena's shirt has ripped open.
Cassiopeia kind of elbows Dagna and wiggles her eyebrows.
Best wing woman ever.
Dagna is definitely checking things out. It's rare that she sees anything taller than her.
So Serena will stop and be like, well, must be pretty locked, because I'm really good with doors. She looks towards Dagna. Really good with them, usually. Push and pull. Doors.
Good effort. I'm
Mhm.
impressed.
Thank you. And she'll kind of shift a little bit back down into her normal shorter self. Well, definitely locked. So maybe we breezy. It's a little oh god. And she'll turn her back to everybody. Maybe we head in a different direction. Maybe there's another entrance that we could utilize. One that's maybe open or something.
Are we near any entrances that I would be familiar with?
You were near the trellis, Nick. The trellis that leads up to a certain window on the second floor near a certain somebody's room.
You would be a trellis climber.
I think. Yeah, it's wedding time, so she's probably busy, which means I'm going up the trellis.
All right. As you all make your way very close over, you see this beautiful trellis of flowers and vines leading up the side of the castle towards a window on the second floor. January, you know and Cassiopeia, you both know this leads towards the servants' quarters.
Conventional way to get into the castle? But you seem very familiar with it. What's the story there?
Oh, you know. We'll have time to talk about it later.
Are you a gardener?
Not the conventional kind.
Oh.
Ooh, so like the plants that eat things?
Or topiaries?
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah. I want to try and build a window.
You know exactly how to slide your dagger in the crack of the window once you climb up to undo the latch that's on the inside. And make your way into the second floor.
Like, push the window up, kind of sit halfway in there and be like, y'all coming? And then duck on in.
Classic gardener move.
Classic gardener move.
That was funny, January. And Cassiopeia climbs in through the window.
Is everybody climbing in through the window?
Yeah.
January's going to
Dagger.
stop Serena for a moment as they're climbing up. And Serena, what you did back there?
Oh, I know, my back's out. I'm sorry.
The way you transformed, have you always been able to do that?
No. I guess it was, well, more than a decade ago at this point that I started, actually 2 decades ago? It was a long time ago, like when I was like 11. But that just became a new thing, for me to do. Why?
You weren't concerned about any of our reactions.
Well, I don't have very many friends. And Cass has always told me that, Cass is my best friend. But Cass has always told me that being myself is the sparkliest version of myself that I can be, or something like that. So I've decided to not hide that. Is that bad?
If you haven't experienced any ill effects from it, then I'm happy for you.
Yep. And she'll start climbing up the trellis as quickly as possible.
So many disaster lesbians.
So many.
It's like the ultimatum, but much better.
Oh my god. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard it's wild.
So
I've been told they all need therapy. That's all.
yes. As you all make your way into the second floor, you come into the hallway of the servants' quarters. Nick, you know exactly whose room you're by.
Yeah. Just gonna kind of... Not trying to go into any rooms right now. Mostly just trying to get into the castle. So...
And what is the plan from here? January, you know where you are, and if you all, in your personal discords, we won't put it on the stream since it's not like a D&D map, want a reference to the map to see where you are. January, you definitely know where you are. Cassiopeia, you don't make your way up here often, but you would probably be familiar with where in the castle you are, like in relation to where you normally hang out. And again, Nick, you know your way around quite a few parts of the castle.
Yeah.
So what's the plan?
So,
Are we trying to crash a wedding?
I'm gonna be honest with all of you, my new friends. I'm a bit concerned about everything being locked up. Should we investigate? Should we just go to the wedding? Should we? Maybe it's a private wedding, but I just wanted to voice my concern that it's never been locked up like this, right, January?
It never has been. Your instincts are right. I'm sorry to have doubted you earlier.
That's okay. Everyone underestimates people at one time or another. Just means I can impress you later. So let's go to the wedding, eh?
Yeah, but we should maybe be like stealthy or sneaky, because what if they're all in a cult now?
Ooh.
I was reading this book.
An interesting wedding.
It would be a really weird wedding, right? But we wouldn't want to get involved in that. So I'm just saying, what if they're on a cult and some people we don't want to see, even if they are in a cult? So we could just...
Do
We
cults
just be
have
quiet.
good food?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, well then
Yes.
we'll just... No one join a cult.
No one joined a cult.
Yeah, I do want to ask. Are you smitten with January or not quite yet?
It's like a longing, like across the... You know in high school when you had a crush and that person would walk by you in the hallway and you'd be like, it's that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I
If
don't
at
know
any
if that's
point
smitten level.
you get to choose when you consider yourself smitten, let me know because there are some questions we get to answer. And that goes for any of you.
Okay. Maybe I'll get smitten with all of you. Watch out. So, no one join a cult. We'll be sneaky, like Serena says. And we'll...
We all have to drink.
Oh,
Every beverage.
We're so thirsty.
beverage.
Ooh, good cup. Is that a cauldron cup?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Billy, you
That's so
have to drink.
cute.
I was smitten once. Turns out just a rash. Oh no, je ne sais quoi. Get that cortisone cream.
All right. So which way are you all going to the wedding? You assumed the wedding would be in the Great Hall.
Is there like a you know how in some great hall, like in a basketball court, how you can be on the second floor,
The
and look down?
mezzanine.
Yeah, thank
Right.
you.
Where the track is at the gym.
You know that in a castle.
The Great Hall is very tall, but there's not quite the balcony. But you do know from here the shortest way would be through the kitchen, through part of the North Tower, and then to the Great Hall.
Gotcha. So if we want snacks, that would be the way to go.
And no one will have touched them or breathed on them. Well, aside from the cooks. Those are going to be the freshest snacks. I'm just saying. And we'll get
Yeah.
you a drink,
Might as
Dagna.
well. Yeah. Investigate, see what's going on.
Question, Dreamy.
Yes.
Can Serena, while we're up in the servants' quarters, look around and try to find an alternate shirt for her?
Yes. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. You can raid through the rooms. Actually, for funsies, because I'm so used to like D&D rolls, roll me a. I haven't gotten used to all the stats yet.
Bearing
A
grace,
wit.
heart, wit. Oh
Roll me
no.
a wit to see how many rooms it takes to find one that fits.
It's my negative attribute. I don't know if you can tell. But Serena, that is a 6.
It takes you about 3 rooms to find one that fits.
Great.
But yes, you have a new shirt.
Great. I like exit like while putting it on still. All right, kitchen. Yes. Thanks. I stole it.
Because the name of the game is Thirsty Sword Lesbians, how like put together are you when you come out?
Like pretty disheveled. Like she comes out with like abs first. And she's very, very strong. And it's very, very obvious. Even though she is kind of in a smaller frame now. In the
Is anybody noticing? Is anyone taking particular note? Oh, Dagna, I think you're muted.
Dagna is blushing.
Yeah.
We ship it.
We ship.
Nick's just like taking notice. Just kind of being like,
Working
All right.
out at Linden's.
So are you making your way through the kitchen?
Let's
Who's
go.
going first?
Nick's just like going.
Nick, as you
Amazing.
confidently step forward out of that hallway of the servants' quarters, it's right in front of you is a cast iron frying pan. Who are you? What are you doing? You know this
Hello?
voice. You notice the messy red hair tied back. You? What are you doing here? This is Alvina.
Hey, Elvina.
I haven't seen you here in a while.
Long time no see.
Are you
You know,
Are you
just
part of what's
been-
going on?
No. But that's kind of why I'm here to see what's going on. So
I'm not here to see me anymore, I noticed.
maybe I am.
Liar's lips.
What? Oh, come on. You love these lips. Anyway,
What's
going
she's
on?
gonna kind of like point the frying pan at you as you say that. Look, I don't know what's going on. Nothing good, as my grand would say.
is everything? Is the Great Hall completely locked down?
No one's coming around.
Hmm.
I hadn't seen any of the King's Guards since they came in. I've just been staying here. I don't know what's going on. No one came for the food.
I think Nick would kind of put like a reassuring hand on her arm and like kind of like do the little thumb rubby thing. Just be like, hey,
The frying
it's
pan
okay.
slowly starts to like be lowered.
We're gonna figure it out, I promise. We might need to walk through the kitchen if that's okay.
Be my guest, but I'm not going anywhere. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to be the one to find out.
Hey, you can stay here. It looks super. Looks like nobody's really coming up here, so be safe up here. We're gonna go. Me and my new friends are gonna go check out what's
New
going on.
friends or new friends?
We don't know yet, but at the moment, just friends. Just friends. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Well, if you're not dead at the end of this, you know where to find me.
Of course. I'll come say hi. Take care. She'll just start walking. And, like, not even looking at anybody else, just like, okay, time to go.
So, you know her? You know her? You know a lot of these people around here? Strider,
a few.
Nick? Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
You garden a lot.
She knows her way around a
Yeah.
flower.
Seems like it.
Yeah. You know, it's like getting my hands dirty.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling we're not talking about gardening anymore.
Is that Helena or Serena cackling? or both?
That was me being gay and nervous. No, Serena's also chuckling because it's funny.
It feels like Serena would totally giggle at something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just it's so funny. And so true. But no, yeah, we're not talking about gardening anymore. Probably.
We were never talking about gardening.
I was in the beginning, but then quickly caught on.
Good job.
I struggle with these things. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it sounds like things are pretty locked up. Still.
Yeah, maybe
We should figure that out.
as quietly as we can. I need to look at the map. If we're near,
I know, it's like staring at the map.
I'm
Just
like, okay, so we're near. Are we moving towards the north tower? And then there's big staircases. Are those like two? Sorry, chat, that you're not seeing this, but there's like a north tower, and then there are 2 rooms below it. Are those also kind of like?
They're kind of like hallway, like transition between the tower and
Okay.
into the Great Hall.
Cool.
Think of it as like the foyer.
Got it. That's like where coat check would be or something.
I definitely didn't rip this map off of the internet and put new names on the rooms.
Oh, but I love it.
It's
But I love
perfect.
So good. You've used words like postern. I don't know
I
what that
definitely didn't have to Google what some of the words mean either.
You don't have one of those in your home?
is. Postern?
Yeah, it's right next to the
my-
vestibule. Yeah.
Exactly. You'll notice the agate sconces next to it. Yes, absolutely.
How's
Okay, so
January
those are-
feeling about all of this so far? I'm curious.
A little perplexed. Probably just leave it at that.
Because January, especially, as far as you know, you've seen Dagna with one of the other members of the Queen's Guard, not with the servant.
Not Dagna, Nick.
Sorry, Nick. Dang it!
hey.
We're all hot. It's fine.
Hey, yeah. I might have. You never know.
And is this an ongoing relationship that I know about?
You know it is frequently infrequent.
Hmm. Okay, well, January's gonna keep her mouth shut. She already accidentally said a bit too much about Dagna, so she's gonna go ahead and keep quiet for now.
For now.
Are we in the kitchen yet?
Yes, you've made your way through that little like hallway into the kitchen. And
Okay.
Alvina was right. You see all of these beautiful dishes, decorated, plated, and ready to go. No one is here.
Agna is stuffing her face. She's starving. She's just going for it.
Cassiopeia is putting things in her pockets, the food in her pockets.
Yeah. Stashing some snacks for later. But mostly scooting. Trying to look around for people. Is the
Cassiopeia
kitchen
looks at
completely empty?
January.
The kitchen is completely empty.
Huh.
Cass
Nice.
looks at January and just says, "These are for fuel. As we're going through the castle. It's nothing more than that. It's not theft. It's like payment, right?"
You live here, you don't have to explain, but I don't think you have to carry it with you either.
It could come in handy. Bribery.
True. Nick, I don't want to assume anything, but you seem like you're quite good at sneaking around. Do you want to lead us through the castle to figure out what's going on?
I can, but I also feel like, January might know where people were supposed to be.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
It's normally
I need to
during a
consider
wedding.
carefully if I
kitchens-
would disclose this, but I suppose yes, I do know where people are.
'Cause you would expect a kitchen during a wedding to be not empty.
Aye. So,
Where would my friends among the guard be stationed right now?
You know that several would probably be standing guard in and around the Great Hall, for both protection and ceremony. It's like a show of arms. if the ceremony were happening as it was supposed to. Otherwise, any not needed for that might be down in the Bailey or in the guards' quarters.
We could check the guards' quarters. Maybe someone is still getting ready there or held in reserve.
Well, all right. Sounds like a plan. Nick kind of
You
already
can lead
knows.
the way, Nick. I could bring us there, but you've eluded me here in this castle before, so
Please tell us more about what that means.
I mean, you got me red-handed. I do know my way around. Start kind of walking that way.
The fastest way would be to step back into the room where Elvina was, and then there's a staircase down into the inner bailey of the castle, which is kind of like that inner courtyard, because the guards' quarters are like down across.
January is going to whisper to Dagna.
Or if you don't want to go out into the courtyard, you could go downstairs. Below the servants' quarters is storage, and go through all of the storage into the Queen's Guard if you want to stay inside and not out in the open. Those are your two options.
Definitely stay inside. I don't want to go in the open.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Crab Rangoon, please.
We all
Yay.
grab crab rangoons on the way out of the kitchen.
Yes. Even January will grab a
steal a
crab
crab.
rangoon.
Yes.
I got mine.
So cute.
Let's go.
Is there anything you all wanted to say as you make your way downstairs?
As
There's
Nick is
storage.
leading us, I'm going to speak just to Dagna, and I'm going to whisper to her. I know Nick has been entering the castle, but she always slips through my fingers. Quite a challenge.
Sometimes a challenge is a good thing. Don't you think?
Very much.
Keep your eyes open.
You were gone for a long time, you know.
Well, I had good reason.
I know you did, but well, I hoped we might have crossed swords one more time.
Well, maybe we still can. For different reasons. A little practice never hurt anyone.
Right.
Right. Well. Shall we?
All right, who all is leading? So Nick is once again leading down. You make your way through the smaller storage and into the larger storage. That's below the guild hall upstairs. And leading the group, Nick, you'll be the first to see. From behind, it looks like someone is sitting leaned up against a barrel.
Are they awake?
You can go check.
I'll poke him with like the sheathed hilt of my sword. Just kind of.
And you poke them in the shoulder from behind. Slumps over onto the ground. This is a body.
Oh! I think Nick would just kind of like
January,
Turn
you
and look at
recognize
everybody.
the emblem on this body. It is a member of the King's Guard of Horus.
This is one of the King's Guard from Oris, or was.
And then you notice about halfway down the room, there's another propped up on a barrel.
January is gonna put her hand on her sword and go ahead and draw it. It has a hilt that looks like a griffin, and as she draws it, a little bit of like a whistle comes out through the griffin's mouth.
Cool.
Should we? And if anybody can see, Serena just starts weeping, just like tons and tons of tears, and she starts like shifting and changing again and is trying to like keep it under control as she sees the second dead body.
So it's okay. Death is just a part of another adventure. It's all right. They've just been sent on their next journey.
Yeah.
Do we need to practice some breathing? Does anybody else want to join in on some breathing?
We do need to keep steady.
Yeah.
I just got the shirt. I can't cry.
Play something.
Do you mind if I ask them a question real fast?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Their bodies?
Yeah. Well,
Cass is
maybe
very
not the bodies,
special.
but maybe they're, they're still around, if you know what I mean. You don't have to know what I mean. Just give me like 30 seconds.
Would you like to use Astral Dance?
I'd do that one or commune with the unseen.
I'll say the difference will be Commune with the Unseen will let you talk to your friends, and I will let you use Astral Dance almost as like with like fresher bodies. You can step in and almost like see the last few minutes of their life with these new spirits that are hanging on.
Oh, I love that. Let's do that.
So I want you
Okay.
to roll me 2d6 plus grace.
Ooh, that was fantastic. Okay. The hardest part of this game for me is the math. Give me a sec.
Okay.
That'd be a 13.
Okay, you can pull everyone in with you if they choose to join you in this dance.
Okay, I'm really about consent just in life in general, but I'm about to do this, and if you choose to open your mind to the beyond, you could join in with me in seeing what I'm about to see. It won't hurt you. You're completely safe with me, I promise. But if you'd like to see how these people pass, feel free to surrender to what's about to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't anticipate it will work, but I'm open to the possibility.
You just keep underestimating me, January, and I'll just keep on impressing you.
Describe your dance for me. What's it like when you enter into the spirit realm?
Cassiopeia kind of drops their shawl down to their elbows, in the crook of their elbows, and starts to very Stevie Nicks-like kind of swoosh it around. And then as she does that, it's like Hot Topic glitter comes up from her cloak and surrounds everyone. And then she'll start to spin and kind of whirl in her floaty way. And then once the Hot Topic glitter settles, they're in the beyond.
I will say that as you all enter into the beyond, Cassiopeia, you're used to this feeling of your spirit being taken into the realm. You know your body is still on the mortal plane. And you're less of like a being, and it's your spirit. It's this warm flame. And there are 3 other similar flames, so different colors with you. And then there is this 4th, smaller, almost like a candlelight, but a very blue flame. You recognize who each of the flames are, though they might not be aware, still getting used to the sensation of not being a body but a spirit. This different flame is January. In January, this is a very odd sensation for you. This concept of being a spirit and not the body that you were used to. It's strange for all of you, but January especially. Being in this plane between planes, the spirit world. And as you all look out without eyes, but with your spirits, you see the final fight of these 2 guards. In January, you see very familiar people who are the ones that kill them. You see Celia, the captain of the guard. You see Dia, and you see Blythe, other members of the Queen's Guard. Fighting these 2, dumping them, setting them up against the barrels, and then moving on to the next room. And the King's Guard in the fight almost seems surprised as these 3 women come up to take them on. And as you see them put the bodies up and their own spirits come out of the body, you all flash back into the mortal plane, into your bodies. Again, leaving you with a strange sensation of this weight and this presence again of your physical forms.
Nausea is completely normal after something like that, so if you all feel a bit queasy, that's fine. I think something's very wrong in the castle, though, if that wasn't clear before.
Right. So do we need to be looking out for anyone that looks like you? And she points a finger at January. Like in your outfit. We know you're you because you have flowers. Do the others have flowers, like pinned nicely?
I did that myself.
Excellent. Okay. So, but is that what we should do?
I'm not sure what's going on here. It looked like some kind of mutiny, but there must have been a good reason.
Yes.
That was my captain, after all.
Huh. And you take orders only from the Queen?
That's right.
So, not to jump to conclusions here, but the Queen ordered her people to hurt and kill these people. And you can kind of see Serena just kind of like trying to grapple with the idea that someone would want to hurt another person. For orders. They did it for orders, so I guess we just keep stealth.
Definitely keep stealth.
Bad wedding, I think.
Or a good wedding if this is part of the cult thing. Well, good for them, bad for these people.
Maybe it is a cult thing. Maybe it's a cult thing and I'm just overthinking it.
I think most things can be attributed to a cult thing. We just need to all relax.
That's helping. Yeah. So, what should we leave, or should we just keep investigating? Like, how are we feeling?
I can't leave now.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta figure out what's going on. I mean, if the people are still here, all the guests could be trapped.
That's true.
Can't leave
Great.
them
So maybe we get the guests out. We take all the guests and we move them outside of the castle. stealthily.
I think at some point we're gonna have to break the stealth.
We'll be ready then.
Mhm.
Are you all going to continue through storage into the Queen's Guard quarters?
Quietly. And with
Yeah, I'm gonna
much anxiety.
Unsheath my sword for this.
As you all make your way in, the Queen's Guard quarters are orderly but empty. There's a small window if you want to pull back the curtain to see out into the Bailey.
Can we do like a little peek-see? Like a little...
Cassiopeia, if you do a little peek-see, you spot several members of the Queen's Guard in the Bailey, though you wouldn't know them by name.
January, I think some of your friends might be on the other side of this curtain.
Shuffling of metal and chainmail as she walks over to the curtain.
You're trying your hardest to be stealthy, and I appreciate it.
You see Blythe, you see Fern, you see Daya. Kind of
January
standing
says their names out.
at attention and
Not
alert,
to them, but to everyone in the room.
looking over and around like they're on alert.
Nick's gonna kind of go to the other side of the window and also take a peek-see just to kind of confirm that it is actually Daya down there.
You see the bottom of the red braid out from under her helmet. You do love a redhead, Nick.
So I have a type. Damn.
Since I know but that relationship had occurred, I am going to look to Nick and say, did she tell you anything about this?
Not about this. No. This is a surprise. Not a nice one either.
And you said they
This is
look like
bad.
they're patrolling or waiting.
Kind of at alert, keeping an eye
Just
out.
alert. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I look around the quarters for clues? Look at people's bunks and see if anything is strange about them?
Let me see if you have any special.
I could do a tracking situation. As
You
I am
can.
a large
Yeah.
hound thing.
I believe you do have. Yes, you do have tracker. If you want to.
I could
Roll.
assist you with that. Like, if you give me something to smell for some reason, I could look around and that kind of stuff.
Sure. January will go and find something of Guard Captain Celia's. Although she has her own
quarters,
room,
Yes,
she
is actually you would have to go into
there's
her room.
probably like a roster that we have where she's written like everyone's daily like patrol routes and duties and everything.
Mhm.
So I'll grab that because that'll have her scent on it, and
Great.
leaf through that and hand it to Serena.
Serena, roll me a. You can roll heart instead of wit for figure them out.
Thank goodness. All right, so that is a 9. The third 9 I rolled. So a
Alright.
9, I can ask 2 questions.
Let me look at this. You can also ask the question, where did they go?
We know where they are. Or are we specifically thinking about the head guard? No, Celia's. Did you
Yeah,
say
Celia's
Celia's the head
The
guard?
guard,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's the
Okay.
captain.
Are we specifically looking for the captain? Because I feel like we'll get more answers.
That's what my inclination is.
Perfect. Sorry. Yeah, so maybe... how could I get the captain to show herself or make herself known in this courtyard that we're like looking into? Whether it be just like causing a distraction out there. Is that too specific? I don't.
No, I would say I'll let you also know like what direction she is because she wasn't spotted out in the courtyard. You can almost like mentally make your way through the castle as you sniff to track Celia. Close to where you were when you were in the kitchen near the North Tower.
All right. So.
And then what was the other question you were asking? How would you get her
How
down
could
to where you were?
get her? We know where she is. Trying to make the questions work for me. These questions are all very
Like,
thirsty.
yeah.
It's like, how do I get her to smooch me?
That comes later.
That's later. That's like in the sequel. Once she's dealt with her crimes. It's like Katra. Yeah, maybe how could I get her to make herself known?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Either like her yelling out verbally from someplace, or because I know where she is, but I'd rather be able to tell when she's coming.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's like tricky.
You would be able to, I'll say, you now have the ability to kind of keep tabs on where she is with scent.
Okay, cool.
If it's more of you want to know when she's coming, then make her come here.
Yeah, I'd rather not have her here since I know where she is, but I'd like to be able to like keep tabs.
I'll say then you kind of really focus in on that scent and you are like keeping a mental track of like if she moves, you'll know.
Great. So she'll like remove the pages from her snoot and go, if she moves, I'll know. And she'll hand it back to you, January. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But she's over closer to where we just were, near the kitchen, in the tower.
Do we think she's following us?
Does anyone have points in spirit? Roll me spirit.
2d6.
Nope.
Yes, 2d6. And then add your spirit.
8.
8. You hear another whisper of your friends. There's magic. There's so much magic here. But that's all they say to you.
Oh, that was not helpful at all, my friends, but okay. So my the voices in my head, that does not sound good. I have friends who whisper to me from the beyond. We're just gonna not ask questions about that. But they have said that there's lots of magic around. Is there some kind of mage that we should be wary of? January, do you know of anybody? Or somebody's playing a trick?
Do I know about any scholars or wizards that are here that
January, you
Cassie, yeah.
don't. Dagna, you've heard dark and vicious rumors that the Queen's Guard would have squashed, but that are prevalent amongst the Thieves' Guild of how the Queen got to power, how she got the marriage, how the King died so young, so tragically. But of course it's all rumors that only the Thieves' Guild will dare whisper to each other.
I may have heard something in passing that might help. My, time in the Thieves' Guild, there's one thing that went around, it was that things weren't always right with the Queen, Our Majesty. Now, everything was just rumors. And you know, The Thieves Guild likes to talk, but everything is pointing something dark and very disturbing. And that's all I know.
Maybe it was
Maybe
mind
it's-
control or something, and it's not their fault.
Maybe
So
we
the-
should ask this Celia some questions.
I think that's a good idea. Are you inferring that maybe the queen is mind controlling the king's or the queen's guard?
Maybe.
Oh, that's scary. Oh,
I mean, our first hypothesis was cults, so I feel like it's not that far off.
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you may have actually been right.
This whole castle feels wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, if we wanted to talk forcibly, interrogate, Celia, I know where she, and she points to where she is. We could just see for ourselves.
Oh,
it's a great idea.
I'll make her talk.
Can
I'll
I
hold her
watch?
down.
Perhaps it doesn't have to come to that. Things are
Well-
wrong, but it's still our home.
That's true.
Fair enough.
We
I'll
could ask
follow
her
your
like
lead.
3 questions without slapping.
Oh, but then a little slapping. I bet she'd like it. Or maybe
Well-
I'm just projecting what I like. Never mind. Ignore me.
Oh my.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to get violent unless she starts it. So maybe we just try to get some answers from her. We can pretend like, oh, we're from catering and we are looking for where the party's at, and we have all of these. I mean, you have all those snacks in your pockets. We can make it a thing and try to pass it off as something else. And then if we need to, I can hold her, and Dagna can probably just be sparkly and amazing. Probably. Yeah.
She's certainly capable of that, yes.
I
Is
do not
looking
know.
between January and looking between Serena and then looking at Dagna. Feeling a
Shrek.
love triangle.
Donkey? Oh, wait. Just to be Shrek 2. Love triangle or Shrek 2?
Both.
Ignore me. I'm sorry.
Nice.
So what are you all doing?
Let's follow your nose.
Sure. Great.
You
Follow
know
me.
that the quickest way would be to cut through the Bailey and go up the stairs on the other side, or you can make your way back through storage, past the bodies, back up through the kitchen and to the North Tower.
And the people are standing in the Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Several members of the Queen's Guard.
What does the landscape of the Bailey look like when we peer out of the window? Are there many opportune spots for sneaking and hiding a la Scooby-Doo?
Is very open.
Some of the
Yeah.
aforementioned topiaries, some giraffes
Yeah,
or
the
something.
topiaries. Except they're all really thin. They're like weird, like column-like.
Yeah, the gardens are more in the outer
Hmm.
Bailey. The inner Bailey, you would have, a corner of training. It's your, last line of defense. You're inside of the castle.
Gotcha. So 2 options. We either become the pavement, or we just go back where we came. Clearly, I have a bias.
I'd prefer not to get noticed.
Same.
We'll save it. We'll save it for later, and we can just go back right the way we came. And seeing dead bodies for a second time is probably not as bad as seeing bodies for a first time, probably.
I'll protect you.
I can confirm that.
Cool. And
my.
thanks.
Yeah.
Dagna. Yeah. To the bodies.
Let's go.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You make your way past the bodies, through storage, up the stairs, and into the kitchen. Alvina has moved. You can hear the shoving of a bed in front of the door in her room, as if she's like guarding herself in from whatever trouble may lie on the outside. You can hear the clang of a pan drop. Oh, shit. Fuck. So you know she's in there, like, shoring herself in. So you again pass the kitchen, full of these plates and trays of food, and on the other side of the kitchen door is the North Tower, where you can smell Celia.
Okay. So she's in there. Should we start with someone perhaps she knows, aka you, January, and we're in the back, looking all big and I mean, you look big and strong too. I'm not saying that you're not, but maybe seeing somebody that she recognizes, you'll get a little more information.
We could try that, sure.
That's a good
Should
idea.
I pretend I'm trying to figure out where to take you all?
A prisoner situation. Yeah.
I love to roleplay. Let's do it.
I think at that point, Nick is smitten.
All right, Nick. Let me pull your sheet and we can do your smitten questions.
Nick's just like, yep, all right.
So, Cassiopeia, you get a string on Nick.
Ooh.
And then, Nick, you have to answer.
Real crimes.
Why would your romance never last?
I'm a wanderer. I'm not gonna stay at the castle. I'm always gonna be traveling, so it's not gonna last. But that's okay. It's still fun.
All right. So, January's going to lead this march in. Are you going to all pretend to be prisoners? What's the plan?
We're all prisoners for January. You're just like holding us by our. You have somebody in a hand.
Yeah, I think Nick's gonna like hold her wrists out and be like,
I'm very capable.
might as well.
We figured out so much about Cassiopeia, and we figure out January's really good with knots and ropes.
And
great.
be like,
What's to say I can't handle
don't
all
mind
of them
getting
at
tied
once?
up.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Woo!
Can I just like self-call a hydrate for that comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, call hydrate. Everyone hydrate.
Chat, you all hydrate too on that one, okay?
Force.
It's hot outside. It's hot in here. Drink some water.
I know, Brooklyn's smoky today, so we're.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. You begin to tie up all of your new companions, January.
I can pretend to be knocked out and on your shoulder. I'm like short enough that like that probably wouldn't hurt you, right?
Perfect. Climb up.
And I'll hoist myself and pretend to be knocked out. So just in case this goes south, I can like backflip into action.
All right.
How's Cassiopeia feeling about that one? About being tied up and seeing January just throw Serena over her shoulder.
Cassiopeia is in awe She's just staring at January's biceps. And then she'll catch Serena's eye and be like, yeah, they're having conversation with their eyes.
As best friends can.
Yeah. And
Oh,
she's sweating just a little bit. She's trying to be cool. She's cool. She's got some game, she thinks.
All right, January, you make your way through the doors and into the North Tower. January, what's all of this?
I
thought you were
captured these
dead.
ones skulking about.
Dagna, do you come into the room?
I think she's gonna stay behind for now.
Okay.
She's a bit large.
And nobody would believe that I would be able to capture you.
I would.
The Kitchen Witch and the Flirt. And what's this one? She's gonna take her sword and kind of tilt up Serena's chin. A new pet for the queen. Well, that makes 2.
So where shall I take them? Put them with the others.
Where were you, January, when the doors closed? Did you not get the orders to come in?
You know how I prefer my privacy. I was, off making sure that my uniform was in order. I am lying, which is what a trickster does.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I feel like you have something for that. Let me check. I've got so many papers. Where did you go? There you are. Okay, yes. This is the mask. I need you to roll wit.
Okay.
So 2d6 plus your wit.
That went all the way to the floor. 7.
Okay, you can choose 1 from that list of 3.
Alright, let's find that. Okay, well, I think it's a pretty big lie that I've captured all of these people. So they believe a big lie.
What an excellent talent for you to have in this moment. What a good
So
plan,
helpful.
team. What a great plan.
Oh, yeah.
You get a gold star by your name.
A gold star lesbian.
A wink.
Which is an antiquated term. But still funny.
Yeah, that is amusing.
She's going to point to Cassiopeia and Nick. These 2 we can take up to the top of the tower. But I think she'll want to see this one first. Plus, I think Mommy and Daddy might miss her. Follow me.
As Captain Celia turns around, I am also going to try to use deft fingers to swipe something from her.
All right. Roll me things. That's the wrong paper. There are too many papers. All right. Roll me 2d6 plus grace.
Eight.
8. You can choose 1 from that list.
Okay. I imagine that she has the keys to the castle. So I am going to Oh, but the item reveals a secret lover vulnerability. Sounds even better. So I'm gonna snatch that and hope that there's some kind of vulnerability on whatever it is that I can swipe from her. Something about the plans that are going on here. The
That's a
spot
good
that I
one.
can
That's
I can poke her and immediately like Vulcan neck pinch sort of situation.
I will say you grab the scrap of a note, and if you want to read it really quickly, it says,
I'm going to, when I swipe the note,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like keep it held behind my head with the arm that I'm using to hold Serena so that Serena and Cass and Nick can all look at it and read it. So I don't know what it says.
Okay, the rest of you, though. It says, let the bodies fall where they may. Keep the princess in the tower, and I'll let you know the rest when it's important.
Is it signed?
No, but with the flourish of the pen. You three roll wit for me.
My -1 trait. Very good. That's a 5.
What am I rolling?
Wit. So 2d6 plus wit.
I got a
2d6?
3.
Mm-hmm.
5.
5, a 5, and
Damn.
a 3. You're unsure.
Oh.
Because January has
Damn.
not seen it. It was just those 3.
I think it would be a dead giveaway if I was like, as I'm walking.
What's this?
What does this say?
All right. So
Can I try to
you-
like grab it and conceal it and put it in my new favorite shirt?
Sure.
Great.
January like gives you a thumbs up behind her head.
But it kind of looks like a thumbs down until you think about it, and then you like.
I'm like, I too
Roll another wit.
am upside down. This works, okay. My all 2 brain cells are working really hard.
All right. Are you all following Celia?
Can I make eye contact with Cass and Nick in that kind of like, are we doing this? Or are we doing this? Like, what are people looking like?
Because in the tower, you can go both up and down. You know, in the direction Celia is heading is the Great Hall.
I think Nick is gonna go along with it, but is definitely looking around and keeping an eye out for a moment to kind of like slip away.
So what's the plan, my sword lesbians?
Unless someone like kicks her in the shin or something, January's
go with
just
it?
gonna keep following her.
Okay.
All right, you are approaching
Cool.
the door of.
But I am
the
gonna kind of
Great
stomp
Hall.
sort of loud so that Dagna knows that she should try to follow along.
Oh yeah, she's like, Dagna's like hanging but way back, but she's following, trying to be as quiet as she can. She's got her sword ready to go. It's a bone sword, by the way.
I think Nick would kind of like yank on the rope a little bit and be like, is this a gift for the princess? Is that why we're being tied up?
For the princess, no. Besides, I think you've gifted yourself plenty. We'll see what she wants to do with you once she's done with Serena.
Who's she?
Aw.
If it's not
Are
the
you just
princess.
jealous because I haven't paid attention to you?
Right at the edge of the door, she's going to say, with the queen, of course.
Huh. Queen's got some, eccentric tastes, I see. She must like a party.
It is a party. She's going to start to push the door open. What you doing? Are you going into the Great Hall?
No, I wolf out. I'm mad. I'm so mad. How dare she even talk to me? Like, how do you know my name? I hate you. I'm gonna like fully jump like off like of January's shoulders, like 3-point stance, hit the ground, and grow as tall as I possibly can to like my full height. I would like to use my Big Dyke Energy playbook move to make it clear that I am the biggest threat here and that she needs to mind herself. So I'm going to attempt to, whenever I roll a 10 plus, I can choose for someone present to be impressed or intrigued by me as well, which is very, very helpful for me. But mostly I just want to scare the shit out of her and make it clear that she's not welcome to, like, take your name out of my mouth. Who are you? Anyway, sorry.
All right, and what are the other four doing?
I think Nick's trying to like break the rope real quick. Like, all right, we're doing it.
January, would you have tied it where it was easily slippable, or would you have done like a thorough job?
Yeah, I'll have tied it so that Nick would know that if she can just pull right there, it'll like come undone.
All right, are you all getting ready to fight?
Yeah.
And I rolled an 8 for my feral state.
Okay.
Which means I can choose one. I think we're going with you can move in ways no ordinary person could as well. Because I would love to like bounce off of one of the walls and just fling myself at her at the closest opportunity I get.
Nice. Well, as this fight gets ready to begin, we are going to take a break.
Nice.
Sorry, y'all. I wolfed out.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
So, hi, Raiders. Aaron, this is your fault for being here for us.
We're about to go on break.
Getting raided as we go on breaks. This always happens on the
It is the Knights of Silver Moon tradition.
Every time. Well, Raiders, we hope you stick around. We are fundraising for Trans Lifeline. We are playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Ben, I hope you're awake and you can transition us over to our break slides so we can all go rehydrate from this thirst.
I'm so thirsty.
A mighty thirst.
Many sword, much lesbian. Wow.
Wow.
And as we wait on Ben to take us to
Click, clack, roll to attack. Do you hit, do you miss, or you having fun? Click, clack, roll to attack. Do you hit? Do you miss?
I'm mad.
Okay, now chat can hear us now that I started my whole spiel. Welcome back, everybody. Tech is great. It's fine. We know what we're doing. Okay. Thank you, Elithana, for letting us know that you could not hear us. So, welcome back to Thirsty Sword Lesbians as we raise money this week for Trans Lifeline. Thank you so much to our community. We have blown past our donation goal again and again. We are currently $1,000 past our original goal, and you all continue to amaze us. Thank you so much for helping us with this very important cause. As a reminder, tonight I'm doing a very special giveaway. It's a Glisten Cosmetics Pride Liner palette. It's 11 different colors of water-activated eyeliner. It's the brand I personally use for all my streaming makeup. I love it so much. It's one and owned, UK-based, cruelty-free. All the proceeds from me buying this for the winner go to an LGBTQ organization. The one that it's going to this month helps out LGBTQ abuse victims. So the way to enter that in tonight is to donate. It can be any amount. It can be $1. It can be much more than $1. If you enter in tonight, your name gets written down. And at the end of our game tonight, we will roll to see who is going to win the Pride palette. So, with that in, Ben is making us rehydrate. Everyone rehydrate, because it's about to get thirsty. We're about to have some sword lesbians fighting. Will we have enemies to lovers? Will we have the tip of the sword pointing the chin up in a moment of dramatic tension? You betcha.
Wait, that's a great idea. Someone with a sword, do that.
I mean, Celia kind of did that to you when you were knocked out. She lifted your chin up.
Sucks. Sorry.
So with that, and a posture check. Okay.
Oh, all right. All
Ben
right.
is drunk with power because normally he's running games he can't redeem. So, okay. Are we all settled in and ready to fight?
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. Let's fight. So, when last we left off, Serena wolfed out, flipped off of January's shoulders. Dagna came into the room, and Nick and Cassiopeia released themselves from the ropes. Are you all ready to fight?
Yeah.
January, are you
yeah.
fighting? Or are you taking a step back in this moment?
I'm going to take a step back and draw my sword with a little, metallic that the griffin does when it moves in the wind. And I'm trying to not let Captain Celia know whose side I'm on right now.
Okay. I'm going to then make you roll the mask. So you're going to roll me 2d6 plus wit.
7.
7. All right, you can pick from one of those.
All right. I'll need to go back to that page briefly.
While you were working on that, I need all the rest of you to roll bite, which is going to be 2d6 plus either daring or grace. I believe, Cassiopeia, that you can use spirit to fight if you want to use the ethereal spirit realm magic of your friends to aid you.
I would very much like to do that.
Okay. Yes, you have witch fire. The only downside to using witch fire is the consequences of a 6 or below will be severe.
Mm.
So, depends on how you want to fight. So,
Fantastic.
everyone roll their 2d6 and what you need to add for it. January, what did you roll for the mask?
So I got a 7, and so what I am choosing in this case, it seems like they give you the benefit of the doubt and remain convinced even if there is some evidence of your lie seems the most appropriate because things suddenly got very out of hand. And unless I'm the worst not tire in the world, I don't think both people escaping simultaneously makes
And
a whole
Nick
lot of sense.
has now run into the room.
And
Dagna.
and Dagna
Why do I
is
keep
charged
mixing
into
up
the
Nick
room.
and Dagna?
So yes.
Dang it! The second time tonight. So her eyes will widen with surprise as you wolf out. Dagna runs into the room, and then you to untie yourself. But she is convinced for now that January is on her side, especially as you take a step back and pull out your sword, ready to defend the Queen's Guard. Okay, what did everyone else roll for fight? And describe to me how you're going to fight Celia.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so if everyone has if you don't have the danger moves and you need me to read what you all get to pick from, let me know and I can read you the options. Because it's not on your character sheet, so I can read. These are what all you get to pick. Well, everyone tell me what you get, and then I'll tell you how many of these you get to pick. So, Nick got an 8.
A 9.
9. What did Cassiopeia get?
I got a 5.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. What did Serena get?
Also a 9.
And then what did Dagna get?
I got a 12.
Oh,
Yo.
yeah. Dagna does know how to fight.
Come
Hot
here
damn.
to work.
Nick, were you not Nick? Dang it, names! Names are hard.
One shot, you're good.
Cassiopeia, were you using your spirit magic to try to fight? Were you calling upon the unseen?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
I used the ghosts.
Oops. So, Cassiopeia, as you draw on the energy of your friends, you know that not all of your friends are always friendly. And especially with the spirits that you have just tapped into downstairs, that are angry at what happened. And it's like you call the spirits, but it's not just the 2 you saw. It's 4, it's 5, it's 6 of these recently departed Kingsguard begin swirling around you, demanding answers for what happened. And you, if anyone had the time to see, in the corner, Cassiopeia is swarmed by shadows.
Oh.
Oh,
So Cassiopeia, I would need you to take me a condition. So
Okay.
the conditions are angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, or insecure. I think frightened maybe might be the most appropriate for now.
yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So you mark frightened, so you currently are frightened, and you have a -2 to fight.
Great.
To clear it, you have to leave something important behind, or once we resolve this fight, then one of your companions can use, what's the name of it? Emotional support on you.
That's cute. Okay.
But as of now, you were swirled by shadows and these spirits demanding why.
I'm sorry, I can't. You're all speaking at once, and I can't do this right now. And you're screaming in my head. And there's
Alright.
this hot topic glitter swirling around Cassiopeia.
The other 3. So the 2 that rolled a 9 get to choose 2 of the following. And Dagna gets to pick 3 of the following. But for each of you, Celia gets to do 1 in response. So here are your options. Flirt with or provoke your opponent to gain a string on them. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. So you can put one of those conditions onto Celia. Create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction. Or take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position. So we will start with Serena, because you were the first to move.
Great. So she went to the ground and went to the wall and is going to jump at Celia in an attempt to, through violence, inflict a condition.
All right. Which condition would you like to inflict on Celia?
I would
We
like
have
to...
angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, or insecure.
Frightened, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
You get to pick another one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna create an opportunity for an ally through distraction. So if I can kind of be I guess harrying fire a little bit, just too much everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
then I would love that to just kind of direct her in a way that she is now an opening for the others to whack.
All right. Nick, you were next closest. Which 2 are you picking?
Okay. I also have my
Yes.
impressive swordplay. So whenever I roll a 7+ to fight, I can gain a string on someone who is present. And I
Who would
want
you
to
like to gain
gain
a
a
string
string. Celia, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
The person we are fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Want to gain a string on Celia.
Okay.
And then I am going to provoke her
Mm-hmm.
in a flirtatious way. It's kind of keep kind of pinging on, is she upset that I didn't choose her? And she's upset that I chose Daya instead. And then I don't know if I want to I guess create an opportunity through distraction. Try and keep her talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging my sword around, just kind of messing around, basically.
All
Just
right.
toying with her.
And then Dagna, you get to pick 3 you come in like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Beast of a woman. Not to be confused with the beast, but...
Yeah, so I guess Dagna's gonna come in and she's just like full on like running for Celia at this point. And then she kind of like slides across the floor. Through violence, can she like, I want to like cut her Achilles or her ankle, so she's not going anywhere.
Okay.
So that's my violence move.
Mhm.
And then for my next move, I want to, as I'm sliding by, I want to take her weapon. So she doesn't have a weapon.
Mhm.
And then now I guess I'm sort of in the position where I am behind her, so I'm the one closest to the door.
Okay.
And I have like my weapon and her weapon basically like at her neck.
Okay.
All right, Anakin.
Yes, you have the high ground.
This is when the fun begins.
Wait, I guess Anakin
wait.
didn't have the high ground.
Because of the 3 like distractions or opportunities for allies, she's only going to get 1. Actually, no, that'll take away all of her responses to all of you. And she's going to stagger. So she is going to look at January and say, all right, it's up to you now. And she's going to smile at her opponents and just take whatever Dagna does next.
Oof. Dagna is gonna kick her in the back of the knee. Grab her wrists and look at January and say, "This one may die today, but not by my hand. I give this to you."
What you do in January?
January knew Dagna wasn't so ruthless. That's awesome. So January is momentarily pretty impressed with Dagna, seeing all this happen, but is going to go ahead and take the ropes that are on the ground that had previously been binding Nick and Cass, and I'm gonna tie up Captain Celia.
You gonna tie her up the good way this time? As in not slippable?
Yes.
Not like the
good way this
way,
time.
but the... All right. Captain Celia is tied up, beaten, humiliated. She looks at you with disgust, January, and she realizes that you're with this group. Especially as Dagna turns to you for guidance. Now, Cassiopeia is still consumed by the shadow and the spirits. Celia is tied up on the floor, and on the other side of the door, from your understanding, is the queen.
Can I, being the friend that I am, after seeing our pal Celia tied up on the floor properly, divert my attention to Cass and see if I can do one of the recovery moves, the emotional support one.
Yeah.
Maybe I just hum a song that she hums to me whenever I begin to be overcome with emotion, being like, it works for me when you do it, and you do it so beautifully, so can I give this back to you? Is that possible?
You roll me 2d6. You can either add heart or spirit. And if you have a string on Cass and you would like to use it, you can add a +3 on top of that.
Cool. I will use one of them because we need Cass around here. We have that's an 8. Would that
Cass,
help?
do you choose to open up to Serena and use this song as a lifeline out of the shadows?
Yes, I think Cass, it's all the voices of the dead are speaking to her and it overwhelms her and it's almost like a panic attack. And then slowly she hears Serena's voice and then it all starts to calm down. And then she breathes easy again.
You can
You're a
clear the
beautiful
frightened
singer.
condition.
Oh, thanks. I mean, you taught me well, but we need you in there. And she's still this like huge 7-foot tall wolf. Like, we need you in there.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be included. Y'all are amazing. Dagna? What a woman. Right? You've got to do it for the rest of us, Serena. You've got to do it for the rest of us.
Do what? Sing the song again?
No, Dagna.
What about Dagna?
Never mind. Well, it'll sink in eventually, and it'll dawn on you.
Low intelligence score vibes. But I think there will be kind of a knowing glint in Serena's eyes as she's like, "What?" Like there's a slight trickery to it, and she'll shift back down to be a little less obvious for the next leg of whatever we decide to do.
So 3 of you have read Take the Princess to the Tower. The rest of you know that the queen is on the other side of this door. What are you doing?
January is going to look at Captain Celia and apologize. I'm sorry, but until I understand what's going on, this has to be this way.
You've put your lot in with her. She gives a darting glance at Dagna. At least I know where your loyalty lies now.
That's the one staging a coup.
Do you say that out loud, or was that out of character?
For that.
Oh yeah, Nick is in the back, just like says you, bitch. Like his 100%. Like,
Serena will take off a sock of hers and go up to Celia and be like, "All right, open up," and try to stuff the sock in her mouth and be like, "Dagna's more of a woman than you'll ever be." So
She fights you, but you shove the sock in, and it is rank.
the wolf sock.
You're a werewolf who lives in the woods.
It's got an umami that I cannot describe.
Ooh, mommy.
Oh,
Oh, mommy.
inspiration. You get inspiration. It's Act 2.
oh my
Alright.
god.
Which way are you all going? Are you all going up, or are you all going into the Great Hall?
The princess is said to be upstairs.
That's what the note said. And January and Dagna have not seen this note.
I'll show you the
her
note.
wedding day.
The princess.
Aye, yeah. It's her wedding day. Do we prioritize the bride or the queen?
Well, considering they mentioned
Do we
my
think the
parents,
princess is in on it?
No, otherwise they wouldn't say keep her in a spot. You don't say keep someone somewhere if you mean them any form of freedom.
True.
I say we ensure the princess's safety before we make any other hasty moves.
You have a
We don't know
beautiful mind.
what's... Thank you.
You're
She
welcome.
thinks like a royal guard.
But cooler.
I think you just accidentally backhanded complimented January.
Oh no! Serena, if she does realize that, be like, but you're like different because you like have customized your outfit and you're helping us and you're a good person. You didn't try to kill us. And you know, if you did, you get a sock in your mouth. And that's not good, and that's not what you want because you're helping us out. And anyway, I think we should probably go, and I should stop speaking. I'm better as a wolf anyway.
All right, let's go then.
As you make your way up the stairs to the third floor. That's the first floor. There's the right map. The tower continues. Nick, you know if you were to exit the tower right here on the third floor, you would make your way into the resident apartments of members of the court. Of one room which you are quite familiar. But do you all continue to the top of the tower?
I think I would be curious to know if they're like in the Great Hall or if the tower is like totally cleared out. Like, is anyone hiding in their room, or were they hiding? Or are they stuck?
going to try to stop at the apartments? Or is everyone going to...
I mean, if we're going past it,
We could
give it a
assess a
look.
threat.
I'll look, see.
Are you
So-
heading straight
me
to
look at the
Meryl's
map.
room? Basically, the whole floor right above the Great Hall is a collection of... This is where, like, the different members of the court live. And their smaller apartments.
I think I would head that way, but not trying to be super obvious about it. That I like super know where I'm going. Like kind of peeking under the other doors as well.
You, from occasional doors, you hear knocking and asking to be let out.
Does it sound like... What kind of knocking am I hearing here? Like...
Hey.
Like asking, like they've been locked in and they're begging to be let out.
Oh.
Like knocking from inside the apartment.
Is it coming from like every door?
From most of them, yes.
In that case, I will go to Meryl's door. Kind of like lean up against it and be like, Mary.
Nick, is that you? Is that you, Nick?
Are you okay?
I'm locked in and I can't go out and I don't know what's happening. Nick,
Did you
please,
go to
are
the wedding?
are you here to rescue me?
It's okay. It's okay. You're all right. If you, did they lock you up before the wedding?
There's been no wedding. We were all locked in. We don't know what happened.
Interesting. Well, I think you are safest in your room. There's some stuff going on. So,
Dearest, are you not going to let me out?
sweetheart, it's not safe. There's some, invaders, you could say. So, until everyone's captured, it's safest for you in there.
Oh, please be safe. Nick, put your lips to the door and I'll kiss from the other side. Though we may be parted for now, I shall hold you once again.
Nick's just gonna kind of like put her hand on the door and just be like, of course, darling. Stay safe. Bye. Walk away.
Thoughts and prayers.
Sorrows.
There.
Oh
my god.
my god.
Nick's like, oh yeah, that's
And
when we
then
broke
she'll
up.
kinda-
She's really clinky.
Yeah, forgot about that one. She'll kind of come back and be like, so, looks like everyone was locked up before the wedding. Most of the people in the apartments are still there.
So whatever's controlling is trying to like at least save the people of the court, because then they won't have anyone to control later on. Maybe. Or they're all in a cult.
Precisely.
And
Yeah, or they're going
Doesn't
to
seem
set
like
the
they
whole
know.
castle on fire with everyone inside.
well, I wasn't
would be
worried
bad.
about that.
Sorry, didn't mean to bring the
No,
mood
I
down.
The mood is in shambles. It's okay.
On the bright side, it seems like the court people don't know what's going on. Curious to see who's actually in the Great Hall, though.
Right. Maybe we get to that after the princess, just in case there are some people that were maybe mentioned that I do not want to see there in the Great Hall. Or like the not so great hall. Am I right?
Yeah. Sure. The princess?
To the princess.
Let's go.
All right. And as you come out into the top of the North Tower, you all find yourself. So what are you doing? Are you going straight into the room at the top of the tower?
Highest
Going in
room
swords
the
blazing?
Tallest tower. Yep.
Where else are you going to stash a princess?
Fiona.
That's true.
More Shrek. Everything's back to Shrek.
It's full circle. Shrek is love. Shrek is love. Sorry. Maybe January, since you're so good at convincing people that you are not as cool as you are, Serena, still feeling bad for the accidental backhanded compliment. Maybe you go in with your panache and your shiny stuff first, and to assess, and we'll be right here, obviously, as backup.
All right, well, it worked once.
All right, January, are you going in by yourself this time?
Sure.
All right, you see Ulla and Chorus next to a beautiful blonde princess. This must be Princess Ellery, the Kingdom of Oris. January? What are you doing here? We all thought you were dead.
No, thankfully I survived. What's the situation here?
We're keeping this one under guard until the Queen's ready for her.
Did Oris attack us?
You really don't know what's going on? Celia should have told you. You see pleading coming from Ellery's eyes. Well, eye, because her hair covers one eye.
I need to understand what's happening here. This princess is clearly unhappy.
She's going to brush her hair back. And you'll notice a scar very similar to Serena's. Please, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what they've done with my father. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to need one of you to explain this to me right now.
We follow orders, January, and our orders were to keep her under guard, to keep her away from everything else until the Queen called for the next step in the plan.
You know people are dead today, right?
We're following the Queen's plan, long may she reign.
January is conflicted. What precisely is the Queen's plan?
Who are we to question the might of the Queen? We lock everyone in. Celia takes care of the Great Hall. We take this one up here. We know what we know when we're supposed to know. It's how it's always been.
But under the pretense of a wedding, this isn't the Arinthia I know.
Maybe it's time for some change. Would you really want to become part of the King's Guard one day under a King Brennan? I'm so happy
Brennan.
that name just like destroys you, Hannah.
Me?
Brennan enjoys the simple things in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. With a sturdy guard by his side, he could be a fine king.
Just made eye contact with Hannah through the computer. Made me giggle. But what if we didn't have to serve? What if we could always serve the Queen?
Are you talking about dark magic? I think to what Dagna said.
I don't know what means. All I know is what Celia said, that we could serve our Queen. Always be the Queen's Guard. We wouldn't have to serve him. We wouldn't have to serve any him.
I understand the sentiment, but I get the feeling that this is inappropriate.
You're either with us or against us, January.
Don't want to upend my life.
I think it's changing whether you want it to or not.
Fine then. And she's gonna draw her sword, and point it at her two coworkers.
What's everyone else doing?
It's all of us just like ears to the door.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
exactly what I
definitely
was
heard this whole conversation.
Oh, right. So you hear the little griffin whistle when she draws her sword then. So
So we know.
you know.
I love
Wait,
that.
I want to kick the door in.
Do it.
Do it.
Because I have a thing.
Oh yeah, your dramatic entrance.
Where is it?
That's so cool.
Yeah! I gotta make my dramatic entrance.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
course.
roll 2d6 plus grace.
Seven.
Okay, you get to pick one from that list.
I'll take all the attention for a moment.
All right, because you're taking all the attention, everyone else will roll with advantage on whatever you choose to do next. I will
Neat.
say, though, is you
Also,
all,
who is at the door?
Hmm?
What guards? What
um,
guards are...
it is
Ola?
Chorus, and Allah.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Just checking.
Are the rest of you all bursting in behind Nick?
Oh, hell yeah.
Serena, you'll notice because she's pulled her hair back. Very familiar looking scar on this beautiful blonde princess.
Pretty cool. She'll think to herself.
And do you remember you were 11? You were in the woods when a monster attacked you. You fought back. In a moment, scratching the monster right across the eye.
Serena will be like poised, like with like her kind of little dagger sword she has, like about to go in, and will make eye contact with the princess and say,
She's gonna look at you.
"Do I know you?"
You're still alive. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to control it then. I wasn't supposed to give anyone this curse.
Serena like drops her sword to the ground and it clings like very loudly. And she... Well, I'm here to give you a way out. Come with us. There's something bad happening here. If you're like me, you know that there's something bad. You can feel it. You can feel it in your teeth.
Very long time since I've let that side of myself out, but I think in this case I can make an exception.
Come with me. And she'll like, as she like reaches out her hand, her claws will grow as she's growing as like an invitation to like let the feral happen.
All right, and she will in turn. It doesn't happen as quickly as it does for you because it has been a long time since she's let the side of herself out. She's having to re-tap into that feral side. But now there are 2 werewolves in the room.
What?
What
That's
is... What is everyone else doing as you burst into the room? So Nick's distraction has given everyone else advantage on whatever you decide to roll next.
I mean, we don't agree with them, but do we want to kill them? Probably not. Or do we agree with them?
Seems a little culty.
Seems a little culty.
Seems a little culty.
I'm just here to recruit other werewolves to the collective.
Yeah, Princess seems cool as hell, so...
Yeah, Princess is like super cool.
I'm all for tying people up.
Yeah. Idle
All right.
hands.
Are you all going to try to fight so you can tie them up like you did with Celia? What you doing? Are you going to do entice or figure out? You got some options. You also have your playbook moves.
Maybe figure out.
I was going to say Cassiopeia is going to fight. Do a little fight move.
Okay.
And I will create an opportunity for an ally.
You gotta roll for me first.
Oh yeah.
Did you already roll?
No, I'll do that first.
And with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so good. Okay. That's a 13.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, tell me if I can do this through create an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and through Witchfire. I think Cassiopeia takes a deep breath and then lets the Hot Topic glitter surround her again, and then the unseen, like spectral hands reach out of the floor and will grab onto the ankles of everybody that they want to tie up to hold them there so they can't move.
With a 13, very much so.
Okay.
What is January and Dagna doing?
Well, now that they are secured, January is going to look at Dagna, and then her helmet turns and looks down at the weapon hands of each of her companions. She's hoping to coordinate like a dual disarming, so we both go in at the same time and take their swords away from each of them.
Yes.
But not said aloud, just understood. Because we've fought
Yeah.
each other enough times to kind of get the vibe of what each other is thinking, I think.
Yes.
All right.
I love that.
Both of you roll me fight with advantage. So
What's
you can add,
advantage?
you just get to roll your 2d6 twice and take the higher of the two rolls.
Okay.
And you can add daring or grace, depending on if you're going in with like strength or dex. To put it
So-
in D&D terms.
I am a grace fighter, and with the advantage, I wound up with a 10.
Ooh. Yes, you can very easily disarm them. Or disarm the one you went for. Dagna, what'd you get?
I also got a 10.
In perfect synchronicity. Describe how you disarm them. I want to hear your flavor.
What's your flavor?
All right. So I imagine January kind of flows around behind Dagna, and then going for the unexpected of the two guards, so the one she was farther from, kind of swoops down back, and then with her sword coming around behind her back, she loops it through the saber hilt of the other person and flips it so that it goes and like lands behind with the little of her sword as she moves it.
And then Dagna, how do you disarm your opponent?
I would love to just like have Dagna like run up and just be like right in their face and just like let out this like roar. And I just want them to drop their weapon and like pee their pants because she's so scary.
Your Honor, that is when Serena becomes smitten.
All right.
Just wanted to, I'll add that on there, but I'm sorry.
Nice.
Resolve what you need to do. I'm just saying that like the roar, it's like I'm done, so.
Yeah, she drops her sword in terror. So, Dagna, you get a string on Serena. And Serena, you have to answer, what have you done that you were sure they view as inappropriate?
Ripped my shirt in an attempt to show off and be cool. As well as cry at some dead bodies. Yeah, those are the two big ones. Yeah. They can't see me as cool anymore. I was too emotional and let the beast take over in those ways.
All right, you have disarmed your opponents. The spirits of the undead are holding them to the floor. What do you do now? Any of you have rope on your person?
Does January still have it? Oh no, we used it on the other.
We used it.
Mm-hmm. If any of you think you would carry rope with you, I will let you have it.
I usually leave that stuff in my bedroom, so no, I don't have it with me.
I don't think I would, because I can't keep clothes on myself.
Anybody else have any
I'll
rope?
say there was some on the princess, keeping her, because she is a beast, even if she had not transformed in a while.
Cool.
That's true.
Well, and sometimes you do need to, what's the word? Improvise. So I will take the fun ceremonial sash off, and use that to tie up one
The
of our
princess
two friends.
will look at you and say, "Please, might I have a turn to return the favor to my hosts?"
To whom?
To tie them up after they had tied me up.
Ah. Do you know how?
Yes. Even princesses know a thing or two about tying up.
Then by all means.
And she will tie one of them up while the other is being tied up.
Incredible. Wow.
So the queen.
I don't know what she's up to, but it's not good. As soon as we arrived here, the doors were locked, and I was taken up here to the tower, to the princess in the tower.
I think your mother may have.
Now, you'll remember
Tried to
that
sabotage.
her father... So she came in from the other country.
Oh, never mind.
Prince Brennan was the queen's
Your mother-in-law. Mother-in-law may have been trying to hijack your day.
I hope this doesn't come across as cold and callous, but I'm not that sad that I'm not getting married to him today.
Understandable.
So what
In
do
that
we do
case, since she's not family, maybe we go after the queen.
Seeing as I'm now thoroughly a traitor, I suppose that's our only option.
No, they betrayed you.
Well, I haven't
Not the other way
seen... If you're half as good with that blade as you just showed yourself, you've got a place with me, whatever happens here.
Career change.
I don't know what
Not
comes
so
next for me, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, it seems like the queen may have some ill intentions. Maybe it goes against something in your contract.
I wish it worked like that.
We'll find a loophole one way or another. But I think we can... I think we can take the queen down. And like in wolf form, Serena's like looking at the princess, like thoroughly impressed, being like, yeah, you got this.
It's been a while, but I'm gonna get the hang of it again.
Absolutely. So do we want to go stealth here? Do we want to go running in? We do have 2 wolves now, not to brag.
There are 2 wolves in your party.
There are 2 wolves in your party. One's a princess and the other's a mess.
Serena, are we worried at all about who's in that room? Who you may know?
They are probably expecting me at this point. And what's another disappointment to them, right?
You'll never be a disappointment to us, right? Really?
Yeah.
I look at
You
everyone.
see the princess is
nod.
like nodding her head.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. They got rid of me. Backstory, friends. My parents were mentioned. They might be with the queen. They don't want me here, or made that very clear many, many years ago. So they might not even recognize me like this anymore. So,
Family reunion.
a big gay wedding and a family reunion.
Why not? We do still have the other members of the Queen's Guard to worry about, though.
I could try to
The
track
ones
them
we have
down.
not tied up.
Well, we know some of them were on like watch on patrol in the other parts of the castle. I don't know how many there are. I haven't lived here in a very long time.
Trying to look at the map. See if we would.
The Great Hall is
Cross
down on the
paths again.
2nd floor. And
Okay.
they were down at the 1st floor in the inner bailey, which is the inner courtyard.
Okay. And the Queen's in the Great Hall?
Which is on the 2nd floor.
Okay. Well, then it sounds like we may be okay.
It's only Fern, Dia, and Blythe left.
And maybe what we encounter with the queen will break them out of whatever sort of delusion they're under. Maybe.
January just kind of tilts her helmet at the ground.
You okay?
I like your optimism, but I don't think it's a delusion. I think it's just duty.
Some duty is delusion.
I
think.
maybe they're looking at it through the lens of job security, you know? Like if they have an undying queen, they'll never be without a job. Don't know if it makes you feel any better, but maybe their intentions aren't as nefarious as we assume.
Well, they won't tell me, so... Some part of the guard I was anyway, right? Didn't trust me enough to even include me in this plan. Not that I want to be part of an evil plan, but...
It sounds like not everybody knew the whole plan. I mean, everybody had bits and pieces of something. That's how you keep people controlled, is removing that sort of information or access to information. Believe me, I know. You're wanted here, is what I'm saying. We want you here.
I think, I don't know, is that considered emotional support?
I
Yeah.
would say so, yeah.
I'm trying.
January is gonna have to eat feelings and make some kind of response to this.
Mhm.
I don't know what I do.
All right.
Let me see how that works.
Are you going to refuse to open up, or are you going to open up?
I guess because it is Serena who's making the appeal, and I've seen her transform a few times. 'Cause I've just always been afraid that I don't fit in here or anywhere, really. It's gonna be a half step.
All right, Serena, I want you to
I've
roll
already said
me-
too much.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart or spirit. Serena, you also have inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
What'd you get?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
rolling
you-
the emotional. I'm so sorry. I thought there was something else happening, and I apologize.
Okay.
That is not excellent. That's a 7.
Was that with your inspiration?
Yes.
Okay. That's still good enough. So are you said you're kind of like half accept opening up to Serena?
I suppose, right? So I guess that counts as a not opening up.
You get to choose. Oh, you don't have any conditions, so you get to choose if you want a +1 forward with Serena, meaning from moving forward, you two, if you help each other in any way, can add a +1 to your roll in helping each other, or you can gain insight from me about an obstacle facing one of you.
I'm curious about the situation with Serena's parents. So I'll choose that latter option.
Serena, if in offering emotional support, you have the option to open up a little further about your parents, how it made you feel.
Yeah. Serena, with saying, "We want you here," will add, "And to be wanted is so fulfilling, and I didn't have that here. And I don't know if anybody truly has it here in this strange constructed place. But it's when you find people outside of things, after you've experienced great heartbreak, and still see the light in other people, that's where you find it. That's where you want to be wanted. Why want to be wanted anywhere else? Want to be wanted. My parents got rid of me, okay? They threw me out into the woods. I was 11. And I had no place to go. I was dead. But I was wanted. An old woman, who I later came to know as Lyndon, after weeks of a coma, I was dead to the world, nursed me back to health, and I felt wanted again. After immense pain, after my body split itself apart and something ungodly exited. So yeah, we want you, with all of our breaks and tears and all of our heartbreak, okay? And you've done so much for us, and I don't even know you. And she kind of laughs, and like a little like wolfy howl comes out. So yeah, stick with us and we'll find a new path for you, okay? I promise. And she'll like hold a paw out for like a little handshake type of thing.
I don't think hardly anyone does. I will take her hand, And yeah, probably to be continued.
She'll smile and straighten back up because she had to bend down a little bit to do that. But she's tall. She's tall now. I don't know if you know.
All right. So what are you all doing now? You going down to the Great Hall?
I think we need to stop the queen.
We can't delay the inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. You all make your way down 2 flights of stairs back to the 2nd floor. Back to a tied-up, sock-stuffed Celia. But still outside of the door of the Great Hall.
Sorry, not sorry.
How are you entering the Great Hall?
Refers to map. Wait, which side are we coming down from?
You're coming down from the North Tower.
North Tower, so we would go through those 2
doors there.
rooms. Okay. Oh, those are doors. Okay.
Yeah. Kat, we
Gotcha.
couldn't hear that. I know you're having some headset issues. Now I can hear you. Heard you
Yeah.
breathing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go.
All right, so what's the plan?
Should we lead wolves first? Just to like take any sort of immediate hits?
Love that idea.
That'd be fun.
I like it.
So the princess and I'll like grab her paw and like
Mhm.
look at her and be like, all right, this is where you get to test out your full strength. Get ready. You're going to surprise yourself.
All right.
And we'll walk in first.
As you enter, here is what you see. You see the queen resplendent as ever on her throne. There is a large ceremonial looking chalice set on a table in the middle of the room. And beside it on the ground, artfully arranged, are the bodies of Prince Brennan and King Hargrave. And to the side is Lady Delia, holding a dagger, a beautiful dagger, jewel encrusted, making her way up to her husband Ferdinand.
That's not good.
This is very much a cult.
It's a cult. Y'all, I called it. I was joking. I called it. I'm so sorry. I know that's the worst for GMs when players do that. Be like, it's not this, is it? Well, it might not. I don't
Just
think.
kidding. It is.
Oops, all cults. So I think seeing that kind of involuntarily a kind of wolfy whimper will like release from Serena's throat, and she'll go, "Stop!"
And they both turn to you. And beside you, the princess has also let out a little whimper, seeing her dad. Blood drained from both of the bodies on the floor. Forgot to mention that little detail.
Casual.
It's probably bad.
Why am I forgetting the queen's name? I made it up. Queen
Ravina.
Ravina. Thank you. Looks at both of you and goes, "My pets. You're here just in time."
In time for your death. Growl.
Time to see what the future will look like. Your parents have graciously given in to the new future. I can't wait to see you join too. Now come, sit like a good lapdog.
I think at that, Serena will like go down on all fours and like run towards her parents in an attempt to like push her mom as far away from her dad as she can.
All right, roll me a fight.
Okay. I didn't think this would happen this way, and I'm full of fear. And hopefully good rolls. That is not what I meant to roll. Wait.
I'm glad you also sing while doing things, because that is something I do.
It helps. It helps. That is a 12.
Snap. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Basically,
Your mom.
I just want to push her as far away, like on the floor, just like slide her as far away from my dad as possible so that like she cannot get at him with the dagger like within the next round or so.
Awesome. And the dagger goes skittering across the floor.
Gorgeous.
What's everybody else doing? Other than picking up a chunky crab rangoon.
Oh, the babyest.
Oh my god.
Baby is here.
Do it for the rangoon.
I think Nick
I want to see the baby.
Nick would draw her. Nick would draw her sword. Start fighting. I guess. I don't know.
Who do you want to fight specifically? You going after anyone in particular?
Are there any other guards people, or is it just the queen?
It's
that's
just
here?
the queen here right now, because you did tie up Celia.
Okay. Let me look at my book. I think I will try to go after the queen.
All right, roll me
Just to-
it.
Just to...
Roll me fight with daring or grace.
Okay, crap, please. Just trying to lick my lip gloss.
What's everybody else doing as Nick rolls fight?
I can go. I would like to use my ability commune with the unseen.
Mm-hmm. What would you
Um,
like to do in communing with them?
I would like to hide the dagger that is in Serena's mom's hand in the unseen world.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would,
Let's go ahead and roll. I forgot there was a list of things you could do with that.
yes, I rolled a 10.
Perfect. You get to choose 2 from that list. So you were able to take the dagger as it skitter towards you, and shadows envelope it and it vanishes.
Cool. Great. Ooh, and then I get to do another thing. I only thought to the first one. Let's do that chalice looks spooky. Can I learn the recent it's an object I hold. Never mind.
It's okay, I'll let you do it.
Okay, can I
We're here
learn
at the end of a one-shot. We can be a little
Yeah.
flexible with it.
the history of that object, if it's like in any kind of lore, hashtag whore for lore, if it's part of this ritual in any way, just like that kind
yes,
of
and you
info.
hear whispers in your mind, and they let you know that it is full of blood.
Gathered
And
blood.
she wants to bathe in the blood. She wants to live forever.
Ooh. Okay. Cassiopeia conveys that. She's looking to
And I will add in for flavor because when you use that ability, a dangerous unseen gets a string on you and you begin to feel right on your ear, but it's almost tempting. You could use powers like that too. You could do anything you wanted if you just called on enough of your friends.
You're not wrong. Let's table that discussion, but I like your ambition. She says to the world.
All right, Nick, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Nice. What do you want to do to the queen?
So is she holding? Remind me again.
She is in the throne. She's waiting for the last of her blood in her blood chalice.
Okay. So I think Nick would kind of saunter up there and start provoking her to try and use some cutting words actions to make her feel really insecure.
Do you
I just want to make her feel
what you want to say to her? Or do you just want to say use cutting words? I'm not going to make you come up with something if you don't have anything.
And then for the third one, by doing this, create an opportunity for somebody else. But I think she would kind of walk up and just be like, you know, I don't see that, blood is really gonna do anything to help with your color. If anything, it's just gonna seep into all of those wrinkles and make them even more apparent, honey. You can't hide ugly.
What is Dagna and January doing?
I think Dagna would kind of like see this chalice, and I think she would run towards it, and she would like to destroy it. If I have to roll for that, I will roll for that.
Roll me fight on destroying this creepy chalice.
The creepy chalice. 11.
Wonderful. How would you like to try to destroy this creepy chalice?
With a running start, she takes a giant leap, and she's got her sword in her fist and just like slams down on the ground on the chalice and just like starts going at it. She's got the dagger in there, and then the dagger's kind of jammed in there, so she just starts like, I'm gonna say fisting. She starts just like wailing on it with her bare fists.
We love an innuendo in this game.
We love it. That's what we're here for. But yeah, she's going at it and just making sure that it doesn't look like a chalice anymore. And it cannot be used.
Is flying everywhere as you just hack this chalice to pieces. January, what you doing?
January's still having a bit of a crisis, so I think that she's probably gonna stand by and watch her friends do their thing for a round.
I'm so sorry.
I'll decide how to address this later.
I read a Graham comment and it distracted me. I apologize. That was my fault. I know better. So the dagger is hidden in the spirit world. Your parents have been separated and the chalice is being hacked to pieces. Nick, you are just destroying the emotional sensibilities of the queen. What else are you all doing?
Can I? Are we in an order right now?
No.
Okay.
This is very loosey-goosey. This is not like a D&D initiative.
Cool. Can I use the figure someone out situation on my parents in some way to figure out it's are they bewitched in some way, or did they actively with agency choose to do this?
All right, roll wit, and you have a string on both of your parents, so you can add +3 to the roll.
Great. That is 8.
Awesome. You can ask 2 questions from the list. Which is, what are your feelings towards whoever? What do you hope to get from whatever? How could I get you to whatever? What do you love the most? And how would you feel if I blank?
Great. So I think how could I get you to, or first, what do you hope to get from this queen?
Mm-hmm. I'll say in character you ask that aloud.
Mm-hmm.
And your mother is going to look at you and she's going to say, power, dear. It's always been about power.
You'll be a shell of a person. You won't have blood.
No, I would have the blood. Your father has graciously offered himself for the ritual.
Question for you. Back in the day, was my father somebody that would do that characteristically?
I would say your mother has always ruled the relationship.
Cool. Okay. And my next question is, how could I get you to flee? How do I get you out of here?
I'm going to let you look at your father for this one.
Great.
Since you're kind of figuring out this one. I think he's going to be stunned seeing you again.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd ever see you again. Honestly, I didn't know if you were alive or not.
Well, you left me for dead, so I'm sure you're surprised. But I'm giving you a chance now. Do right by me and run.
You'll see him start to almost stumble towards the door. Almost as if he's in conflict with himself. But he is heading towards the door.
Cool. Thanks.
What's everybody else doing?
I think I'll keep distracting the queen. Honestly.
You can
Should I roll again?
do that with fight. You can also entice or figure out a person if you would like to.
Ooh. That would be fun. Yeah. I definitely want to try and figure her out a little bit more.
Alright.
Even though I think I know the reason. Somebody's insecure.
Roll me 2d6 plus wit.
Ooh. 12.
Nice. You get to ask 2 questions.
Questions.
What are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How could I get you to blank? What do you love most, and how would you feel if I blank?
I think she would kind of, at this point, put her leg up on the throne and lean forward a little bit and just be like, So how would you feel if I killed you right now? And your little princess got to take the throne, and you lost everything.
He is going to run a finger along your cheek and lift your chin up, close, like right up next to her face. Now that would be so boring, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you want to have so much more fun than that?
I think in response to that, Nick would put her sword up to her face and like kind of start running the flat side of the blade on her face and just be like that. You know, I would ask what you love most, but I think it's so clear that it's your beauty. Which, frankly, sweetheart, it's fading a little bit. But what if you love handing out some scars? What if I gave you a few to match? Can't hide those, can you? And she'll start kind of cutting just a little bit.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
In an effort to assist Nick, and also to indulge in that creepy voice that was in my ear, I'm gonna go over to where Dagna is destroying the chalice, and I'm gonna dip my fingers in the blood. I'm going to, like a football player, put them under my eyes. I'm trying to make eye contact with the queen.
Just a little blood magic. Just a little.
For a treat.
As a treat.
All right, Dagna and January, what are you doing?
I think at this point, Dagna is like puffing and puffing from like trying to beat the crap out of this chalice, and then she's kind of look over at January and walk over slowly and sort of like make eye contact and reach out her hand, as in like are you with us? Are you with me? Like, let's do this together. Let's go all in. Save the kingdom. This look.
All right. She's gonna go ahead and take your hand and like that warrior hand thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll go ahead and I guess head together towards the queen, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, as you all converge on the queen, what is the plan, my lesbians?
Time to bring her down.
Yeah, I think Nick is gonna kind of like, after taking out, like, she's got like part of the eyebrow, and she's like cut down the side. Nick's gonna hold the sword to her throat and just kind of like look back at everybody and just be like, what do we do with her?
Death is but the next great adventure. Maybe we should send the queen on to her next adventure. Otherwise, she's just going to try and kill
I almost feel
everybody
like-
again.
I almost feel like death is
Death would be
too
easy.
easy. She deserves something a little more dirty, I'd say.
Right. Serena will turn
Since she wants-
to the. Oh, sorry.
Oh, since she wants to bathe in blood, might as well give her some other fun things to bathe in. Shit, mayhaps?
Serena will turn to the princess and ask, if you were to rule here, what would you decide if it was your choice?
She
Do you
did kill
kill
my
her?
father. Now there are 2 kingdoms without anyone to rule.
She killed her son.
Yeah. Yes. What about Lyndon? Lyndon is the witch in the wood who raised me, and Cass knows her very well. She's one of the most powerful people in the world. Maybe somebody even powerful enough to contain someone who could commit such terrible acts. Maybe Lyndon could hold her in a state of limbo or something. And we wouldn't have
Turn her into a toad,
Yeah.
It would be fun.
could pluck her eyes out.
Mhm.
Dang, dang.
Well, if she's so obsessed with beauty, why not take away the ability to see any of it?
I like that. I can have my friends go get Lyndon, and perhaps she'll know what to do. Friends, like a Disney princess.
Shadows kind of swirl around you.
Go bring Lyndon to the castle.
And you all see shadows move in like very unnatural ways across the wall and out the window. And because it is getting late and we have some friends on the East Coast, we will wrap this up with Lyndon comes in and is able to give you a request. The queen is turned into a blind toad.
Iconic. Or lack of eyes. Iconic.
Woo!
Totally awesome. Great.
If you so choose, Orinthia and Oris will combine, not by marriage, but under the rule of now Queen Ellery.
Oh my.
And what all do you see in the future for your characters? I'll let you do a little mini epilogue right now.
Like any good, lesbian community, I imagine we all kind of date each other at some point.
Yes. I feel like there's like one scene of Serena and the princess in their wolf forms like training. But the camera kind of pans over to Dagna, who's like shouting orders at us and like training us.
Very like boy cat style though, going like whistle, whistle.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And there's like a cute moment where like Serena like winks over at Dagna and there's like a knowing look, but like there's nothing like explicit there. Stuff like that. I feel like that's cute.
Yes. I think Dagna is now redeemed herself and has joined the new Queen's Guard. So she's living the life that she always wanted to live.
Oh.
Yeah.
If January would like it, I will offer January the role of captain of the new Queen's Guard. But that might not be something that January wants.
I think that she'd turn it down and give it to Dagna. She'd stay in the Queen's Guard, though.
Oh shit.
Is there anything else for January?
Okay.
She does now serve without her helmet constantly on.
So what does everyone see
So
beneath
she does
the
reveal
helmet?
herself. They see a woman made of walnut and alabaster and glass. And that's who she's been the whole time. She's been afraid because she's revealed herself before, but whenever she does, people start to question whether she's real, whether she can have those sorts of emotions, be that type of person. So even after having the emotional support from Serena, who is different in a similar way, it was still difficult to come across, right? And it gets tiring having people question you, you know? So she thought that she'd found a place where she could be free, but she put herself in a different kind of a box, trying to fit in. So now that she has these friends in charge, she's who she is instead.
And then Nick, what is on the horizon for you?
I think knowing that she has a little community here. I think if anyone's read the books by Robin Hobb, The Assassin's Apprentice, that series, she would kind of do some assassin-y work for the new queen. So she still travels, but now she has a home base. That's it.
Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. This new game system. And before we wrap up tonight, Ben, could you roll a d6 for me and message me what number you rolled? Because we're going to see who has won the Glisten Cosmetics Pride Liner palette.
Wait, also did Cass get a moment? Did Cassiopeia get a moment for the
I'm sorry, Cass.
Oh, what?
Tell us about your future.
In case you were thinking.
I'm so sorry.
Cassiopeia, I think. To make it spicy, I think she admits that she has a crush on Serena, and she kind of loves Serena.
It's cute, it's good. And I'm sure there's a conversation and then it ends up being reciprocated. And we have like a little room at Lyndon's cottage, and that's like our little haven until we can get a bigger place.
Cute. Love it.
Aww.
Yes, the answer is the 5 to 6 way polycule.
Yeah, can we all just date each other? I just want
We
everybody
all just
to
date each other. And, like, the final shot is all of us at this huge table with all of its like beautiful farm to table stuff.
Get an Alaskan
Because you know we eat good.
And they were roommates.
And they were all living together.
I don't know if this person is still in chat, but if not, I will reach out on Discord. B-Town has won our Pride Liner palette. So congrats, B-Town.
Congrats. Good looking palette too.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We have 2 more nights of charity streams. We're going to surpass this new goal because we keep blowing these goals out of the water. Tomorrow night is Eberron Dark Lanterns that our very own Helena will be in. It's a James Bond spy thriller set in Sharn. And then Saturday, Trevor is running Avatar Legends, the role-playing game that Kat will be in.
Nice.
Yeah!
So get your friends here, help us raise more funds. No, actually, I think it's only appropriate that after running Thirsty Sword Lesbians, we raid Tabletop Titties.
Very
They're
good.
live
Funny.
right now.
Beautiful. Poetic justice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Stand up for the trans people in your life. Speak out
Yes.
against anti-trans policies that are going on across the country right now.
Very much.
And fuck turfs.
Exactly.
That too.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fuck.
All right, Ben, I messaged you the name if you're ready to lead us on this raid. Thank you all so much for coming. Clickety clackety, please come backety.
Bye, friends.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for donating.
Thank you for being a friend.
Ooh, oh, oh. Was that a Vine or a TikTok? That was a Vine. That's Vine era.
I don't know. I was just
The one guy.
quoting
Oh, oh.
Golden